A turtle?
No.
Yep. That's
Like
it.
the
It's a turtle.
turtle.
Nothing to worry about.
Koichi
No,
shows up.
That, yes, Koichi.
Koichi.
Koichi. He was my favorite. The best part about JoJo is my favorite never died. Any
Yeah.
season.
The best part is that God, Kawakami's my heart. Anyway.
Anyway, should we get
See,
started?
but I had to
I'm
play
going
the
as
game
the
in the living
slave.
room.
Did I load in? I'm away from my computer.
It's so quiet.
I don't see you.
Oh, well, this is great,
By the way,
guys. Are you ready for the
hopefully-
technical difficulties to start immediately?
Hopefully you guys won't hear me popping in and out today. Do let me know if you do, though.
You have no excuse for that today. I'm at my own home where I control the Wi-Fi like a god, so...
Yeah, but how long has the server been active? Because we thought that was...
I started it immediately, like, at 6, basically. It's been up for 8 minutes.
Wow,
Alright.
8 whole minutes.
Let's try this again. What is it? Soft turret, lazy pirate?
Incorrect. Wrong.
Soft turret, firm zone. There you go.
There you are.
I'm there? That's great. So that now the IP address isn't working.
That's because I'm at my old IP address again.
Son of a bitch, George.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that IP addresses mean different things when you're in different places, Tina. I didn't know that I invented science.
George.
What the heck, George? Why don't you have the same
Change
IP?
your
Why don't you
IP.
do this?
Yeah, fuck you, George.
Hi, I'm back.
Hi, back.
Great.
Oh!
Let's get
Amelia?
started.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Okay.
I'm Dad.
Okay.
Andrew's dead.
So fun.
To where
Both of
last
that one
we
and a failed.
Where last
Nuh-uh.
we left our heroes.
left off, the party I believe had just finished beating the snot out of 3 innocent guardsmen who definitely weren't mind controlled by eels. You guys are now standing in the slightly wet aftermath of your actions, with 3 unconscious guards on the ground, all wearing full.
Yo, context means everything in this situation.
No, you
I
can't take
too
that.
am moist.
You know, it only takes like 15 minutes to put plate on.
Alright.
Paxon, am I hearing you say you want to rob these
That was Maggie.
unconscious... Oh, okay.
Y'all ready? Alright. Alright.
Y'all going
yes.
to make me lose my mind.
Up in here, up in here.
So that it's literally like moments after the conclusion of that combat. Like, heavy breaths are still being taken by half the people that were present. Magical effects are fading. Here we are.
So was that the last of them? I don't believe there was another one just walking about, yeah?
Yes, I think that was it. Well, now the question is, what do we do with them? We can't really walk around with them outside without, being seen. So we should probably tie them up somewhere down here.
Put him in the back room in the office.
They should be fine. I mean, if we were to bring them back to the Talons, well, hopefully it would be alright. But perhaps we should keep them here until after the event.
That's what I'm saying, is that we can't really walk around the streets with unconscious people. That'll draw a little bit of attention.
Well, we'll keep them in the side room where we pounced them from, and perhaps we'll send someone we can trust to help them.
Yes.
We'll inform one of the commanders.
Yes, that seems wise. Alright, I haven't got any chain on me. I do have 1 set of manacles I can use though, and a bunch of rope.
I thought when you said chain, you were talking about armor, and I was gonna be like, oh, you better not.
Let me see what I got.
The party begins rummaging slowly through their pouches, looking for anything they can use to restrain these men.
Oh, we have
I have
plenty of
50
bits
feet
and
of hempen
baubles.
rope.
Yes.
I've got a warm blanket.
That's adorable.
Yeah, well, I have pittance, so.
Is anybody proficient in the medicine skill?
I am. But let's be honest, yes, medicine should be intelligence.
No.
Well, doctors go to school, do they not?
Not you, Andrew. I'm not
Are you-
proficient.
Are you
Yeah, no,
proficient?
I know I'm not.
Is anybody?
I have a +2 to medicine.
Survival's the same thing, is it not?
But do you have proficiency?
Nope.
Alright.
Just throw some water on them. They'll be fine.
Tina, don't forget your DM fiat point, by the way.
I think I had said the end of last session that I was going around making sure they were all stable.
Yes, I think all the blows taken to knock them out were non-lethal, so they're all unconscious but stable.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, how many sets of manacles do we have? I got one.
I have 50 feet of hempen.
I thought you were gonna say you had 50 sets of manacles. I was gonna be
I
really
believe I've
concerned.
given most of the supplies to Greg. I'll send more of them over now, though.
Where do we keep Grem when we're on our adventures?
Anybody else got any manacles? I'm
I
looking
assume
right
Graham
at the
hangs
car.
out at the Pax Unlome's household.
Wait, does the burglar's pack let me say?
No, Virgo's pack does not contain manacles. Jen's pack might contain manacles, but not.
Why do you
Virgo's
have
pack.
manacles?
Oh wait, hold on,
For exactly
Dan
this
has
situation, I'm
everything.
prepared for everything.
guys.
Fair.
Tomorrow's the tournament,
Paxon,
right?
do you have manacles?
They're not in my inventory, but I know I had one at one point.
Yeah, I know
still
you.
have one.
Yeah, you
Oh, yeah,
used
they
to
are in my
lock up
inventory,
one
never
guy.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Right,
50
so-
feet of hempen rope and a +5 in sleight of hand.
Okay, so here's what we do, right? We start manacling them, one guy's wrist to another guy's foot.
Yes, believe it, it was my thought
We're not
exactly.
gonna
But we
human
do that.
centipede them.
Here's the idea, right? We manacle them like that, but the manacles go through something like a door frame too. It would be hilarious.
Guys, I was gonna say, tomorrow's the tournament, right? So we still have one full rest before we do it.
Yes.
Aye.
Yeah.
I could turn 2 of them invisible and we could carry them back.
No,
Invisibility.
no.
You can't maintain concentration on both at the same time.
Right. I forgot about that.
Oh,
And
wait,
it's
what
it's
am
fine.
I?
We'll send someone here.
I'm prepared for every situation. I have sacks.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Of course you do.
Well, hopefully they had no one else looking out for them, I suppose.
You have a moment's consideration that if you place these bodies into sacks and carries them to the streets, somebody may still notice because
What? Huge body bags? No.
Oh, they're not body bags, they're grain bags. And besides, we're just gonna put them on Graham.
Uh-huh.
It's
It's a lot of
Grem's
work.
at at Paxton's house, though, isn't
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go get Graham.
it? Or we
You know
just
what?
leave
But
them
I say
down
that
here.
we keep it simple, right?
Uh,
We'll keep someone down here. We'll send someone over, and I'll be fine.
alternatively,
I
we
could
just leave-
keep. Yeah, I could keep Kate here.
Are they all human, George?
the 2 of the guards are human, one of them is a half elf.
Okay, so only the half elf can see in the dark. The other 2 cannot. So that's worth considering.
Hmm.
What do you want to fucking do to them?
Well, because if we just lock them up in the dark somewhere, what the fuck are they gonna do? You know?
Stumble around
Stumble
until they
around.
figure it out?
Like I said, it should be fine. We'll just grab a talon here.
Yeah. No, okay. Here's what we'll do then. We'll manacle them, tie them, whatever we're gonna do. We're gonna put it behind that door, and I'll just nail some pittance into the door, and then we'll be able to get out.
There we are.
Okay, but we can't forget them here.
We won't. We're gonna tell
Or-
the
Yeah,
Talons
could we
right
just,
away.
like, lock them up in the back room, go get a Talon right away, and then they're not here for very long?
Yes, that's the plan.
Okay. I don't know if that was said because my audio cut out.
All right, we'll do that then, George. We'll lock them up. I'll pit in whatever door we put them behind, whichever one we decide on, and then we'll go get the talons.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys enact your plan and leave to go to the Talons of Justice, yeah?
As we walk out, I want to see if anyone else happens to be tailing us.
Make a perception check.
Yeah. That's shit. I don't
Yeah,
see
that'll show 'em.
Knowing that you
We
can
start
see.
seeing things.
Hello?
As far as you can tell, there's no one.
Yeah. Why can't I roll for anything well in this program?
Alright, yeah, so we'll go get the towns then and we'll let them know they're there.
Okay. So yeah, you guys kind of leave these guys secured and head over to the Talons of Justice Chapel. And when you get in, you notice firstly that the chapel has been closed to the public. You guys are let in by a paladin who's standing guard. And as you kind of head inside, you see that there are many Talons kind of standing around, sharpening weapons, oiling armor, and generally preparing themselves for the events to come.
Yeah, we'll just send for one of them to send for like Maple or something, and let them know through that.
Yeah. Okay. It takes you a little while, but eventually, Knight Commander Maple, Knight Major Maple finds herself standing in front of you guys with her archetypal impatient look on her face. But it does seem like, given the events of late, you guys have gained some amount of her respect because she's like waiting patiently for you to say something.
Hell yeah!
Decided with Maple.
I can't believe it either. I thought for sure we were going with the
She's
other
the
guy.
best. What are you talking about?
You have an interesting idea of best. Alright.
Harper.
Yeah, we'll just, I guess we'll just let her know where these guys are and that they gotta go deal with it. Keep an eye on them.
Yeah, you guys reported in on Maple, and she just kind of calls two paladins over and tells them to go there in a team and collect those two.
Yeah.
The rest of you, yeah. So that's pretty much it. She looks at you guys and is like, "Has there been any change to the plan?"
Hello?
Hi, Jen.
No.
Oh, there we go.
Of course,
Okay.
just have all of your men battle ready, just in case. I have a feeling that this is not going to go too terribly smoothly.
She nods grimly, and that's pretty much it.
Yep. Do we have anything? Was there anything anybody wanted to do before the tournament actually started? I don't have enough money to buy plate, and we don't have time to make it, so.
I think I already bought my sword, so we're set. I'm set.
How much money is plate? It's a lot, right?
It's 1,500. If we make it though, it's 375.
Okay.
Oof.
Next.
I don't have
the
enough
next
to
project.
give you that would help anything.
That's the thing, is that we can pull it together to get some. However, if we make this combat a little bit harder, then we should be able to make some for a lot cheaper.
Yeah, we would save a lot of money if we just bit the bullet for now. Bark.
If we
Yes. You're a good boy, Robert.
Denny, do you want to mute your microphone?
Or go on push to talk.
Bork, bork. Bork, bork.
I think I'm gonna go push to talk as long as that's happening.
Bork, bork.
Even
Just
though it means you
George-
guys are gonna miss my narration.
You are going
Yeah,
to
don't-
forget it every
gosh.
single time you talk.
Yep.
Yeah, George, remember to hit push to talk.
He's not going to.
I
Are
wasn't.
you
It's
Remember
just
him
a lot
what?
of talking. You
What?
can't blame him.
I wasn't hearing dog barking through yours, George. Only Denny was lighting up.
Interesting.
So you're probably fine to go.
Alright, then I'll tentatively stay normal.
Okay. Yeah, we'll let you know if we hear it.
Right, so, yeah, you guys, you kind of finished that up, and, now you find yourselves in this uncomfortable kind of waiting period.
Yeah. How much money do we have in the Forge Fund?
Forge Fund. It's whatever it is plus my money.
Yeah. Mine too.
I'd be willing to throw in too.
There's
Live and
there's
die
about
by the
42
sword.
gold in the party sheet.
There's how much?
In the party sheet, there's 4 platinum, 2 gold, and 2 copper.
Well, yeah, that's just from divisions. But let me see if I'm gonna
You
look
should
for
have
the
a
doc.
note somewhere, right?
Yeah, I have a dock somewhere. Hang on.
Maybe the better question is, what do you want to make? Because we definitely have enough money to make something, but not
Nah,
enough
but we
time.
just
We're just
don't have the
nothing.
time.
We just don't
Yeah,
have time before the tournament.
yeah.
Or the trials.
I mean, hey, there's no confirmation of that yet.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, no, I'm completely prepared. Quotation marks.
Oh, Denny, just periodically click into Fantasy Grounds so it doesn't kick you for being AFK.
It does that?
I think it did
That's
that
what
once.
Yeah, like every
Yeah, it'll
time.
kick you if you're inactive.
Really?
Also, Denny, we can't hear you if you are talking.
Yeah, I don't know if you're talking or not. We can't hear you right now.
Right, so push to talk is being stupid. I don't know what the heck it's doing.
The
I believe
standard.
Then I guess if the dog keeps barking, I guess just mute your mic and unmute it when you want to talk. Kind of push
I
to
think
talk.
here we go. I'll just kick her out.
Oh,
Maybe we can
Get out of here, Molly.
Goes straight over to George.
Dogs shall let them learn that there are consequences.
Okay, I'm back.
Please, I desire no dogs.
Alright.
okay. Is there
I
anything
mean,
else we
this-
need to do today? We bought potion.
Yeah, there's just nothing much for us to really do at this very moment today. So,
Alright.
how much money do you actually have, Paxon?
How much do I have? 16 plat, 463 gold, 142 silver, 371 copper.
How much money do you have, Miles?
Oddly enough, I don't have any silver. Huh. Anyway, but I do have 407 gold, 356 copper, and 16 peppermint.
If we,
Platinum.
PP.
if we pool our money, we can buy Paxon some plate.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Is that we definitely can get plate. However, the double-edged sword there is that for the cost of 4 plates, we can get a plate.
Yeah,
But it is now.
yeah, I'm thinking about maybe splitting the difference though. You know, just start with buy one set of plate, build the other set. So that way we have one now ready to go for Paxon, and then
Makes enough sense. Gives us me more time to work on the more experimental.
If you want. I mean, my AC
I
isn't that
can
bad.
What's your AC?
18.
Oh, fuck you.
I
Eighteen.
think wait no.
Jen, what's your AC? 13?
15.
How is it?
Paxon, how is my IC higher than yours?
What? How is your AC higher than mine?
You have half plate and a shield.
Oh right, shield.
So that's 15 plus 2 plus 2.
Yeah, if we got you plate, then you and I would be equal on AC. Exactly.
15 plus 2 plus 2? What?
2 from
19.
dex, 2 from shield.
Oh.
Jeez.
Yeah, if we
So, like,
if we
I-
got you full plate, then
No, I'm
you and
not
I would be
professional.
equal.
Sure.
I
I
can
mean,
I
I
can
won't
throw
say
a
no
little
to
money
more
in
AC.
for.
Perfectly balanced. Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
All
You've been
Robert
dinged up recently. Let's get you some plate.
All right, so
We're,
convert.
we're getting Paxon straight up plate.
Yeah.
Are you guys crafting that?
Is a
No.
shield a
No,
simple
we're not
We don't
weapon?
have the time. We don't have.
No, Jen.
Shield. No, shield
Damn
is
it.
shield.
You need specific proficiency in shield.
Ah,
Rogue out looking to get a goddamn shield. What a chump. Rogue's
my
gonna have
AC is
shield.
15.
We
Hey,
could
if you spend like
probably-
300 days and a
Jen.
lot of gold, you can use it.
Jen, mine's only 16.
Just get some more dex.
Mm.
Just learn how to cast
Try.
blur or something.
All right, so let's
Okay.
do the math then for minus 1500 gold. George, we're probably gonna try to get some like, if we can, with some insignia of talons on it or something. We can always work on that later. But so I have 560.
Well, seeing as how you guys are still in the Chapel of the Talons of Justice, if you ask around a little bit,
You can get talon plate.
Nice.
Can we
my God,
borrow
yes.
plate?
Ooh.
we-
they're
Borrow it, then craft it later.
they're willing to loan you the plate. They're willing to sell you the plate if you just want to buy it.
Well, I'm
You're
sorry. If
Talon
there's a
of
loan,
Justice, so you can requisition it and
Yeah.
pay for it, and then it's yours.
Yeah, we'll requisition it and then we'll give it back after the tournament and build our own later. We'll save a lot of money that way.
Is it not just part of the uniform?
No, it's like part of the, the chainmail you're wearing right now is the uniform that lots of Talons wear. The full plate is like, they have some sets of it, but it's like a different uniform. You know what I mean? They have some of them sitting around, but that would make you look very much like a complete image of like a realized Talons of Justice paladin.
I need that.
Their plate armor is very recognizable.
Alright, yeah, so
And
we'll...
hey, if they said they're willing to loan it, I believe that's a wonderful idea.
Yeah, you just have to put down the 1,500 gold now, and you'll get it back when you...
What do they think?
when
I'm
you
gonna
get it back.
steal it or die in it?
yeah, well, alright, so you got my
more the second
506.
option than the first.
My 506, how much do you have, Paxon?
I'll put down 550 if you guys can cover the rest.
Okay, so 550 brings us to about 1050. What are you at, Andrew? We need 450.
If you guys are as you guys are starting to take out this money, suddenly the Knight Major Eldon walks by, and he sees this happening, and he's like, "What is going on right now?"
We're
Oh,
trying to borrow some plate.
We have to be on our best.
And he looks at the paladin who's charging you.
Yeah, the quartermaster.
Motherfucker.
I mean, the Talon wouldn't do
He
that.
sighs and he's like, "I understand. He's just doing his job." But and he looks at him and says, he points at Paxon and says, "This boy has a very important mission to carry out. Perhaps we can trust him this much."
It's no problem. I'm sure we have the money here.
The quartermaster reluctantly slides the money back over, and as the Knight Major is walking away, it seems that was an order. Eldon has a much friendlier way of giving orders, but people seem to know when they're orders.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get to
Cool.
borrow plate for free.
Cool.
Nice.
Paxon has plate mail now.
Hey.
Let's try not to bring it back with too many dings.
Eh, do my best.
Oh, Mags, are you recording, right?
Yeah, of course. Let me make sure it's
Okay.
actually on. Yeah, it's on. It's recording.
Okay, great.
Interesting spell.
So yeah, is there anything else you guys need to do today?
My talents had something I could use.
Oh, you can have 2 armors equipped at once. My AC is currently 26.
Gods be praised.
Serenity, you're not a paladin of the Towns of Justice, so
I know.
You're kind.
Oh, Andrew!
Andrew,
You know, the commoners. Of course. now,
Sure.
come now. What did you... Oh, heavens.
I
Anybody-
was saying more like literally I have no proficiencies.
who is not a Talon of Justice would probably be denied the ability to requisition Talons of Justice branded armor.
It's fine.
Anything else anybody wanted to do? I think I'm mostly good. I'm
So,
gonna buy a
Paxon,
little more adventuring
your armor
equipment.
set, when they bring it out to you, is this kind of like very nicely polished. There are like these pleasantly accented bits of like black steel, like this darker kind of tinted metal with a lot of like shined to a sheen, like platinum like steel, to make it all look very like dark and white contrast. And you strike a pretty handsome figure when you put it all on. You know what I mean? Like you really look like a knight, like a cool knight, because this is like new armor.
Oh no,
Do I
he's
get the
hot.
cool guy effect?
Looks good on your Paxon.
Thank you.
Quartermaster just nods and says, "Good luck."
We'll need it. Thank you.
All right. Was there anything anybody else needed to do?
Paxson does have freshman cool guy.
Hell yeah!
Sorry.
Got
you
that
cut
back
out.
to school sale. I see you have that back to school sale.
He's got the freshman cool guy.
Hmm.
Right, so you guys, I guess, make your way back to the Paxson household, right? To the Lomaze household, excuse me.
The Paxson household.
And with that, you know, the Lomaze family, you kind of spend some time preparing, and you are treated to another dinner by Paxson's mother. You see, Aiden is attempting to be absent from dinner, and it appears that he cannot be coaxed out of his room at the moment. So he is absent from tonight's dinner.
Yeah, he probably doesn't want any more eel wine.
It has been confirmed that he's actually in his room.
Okay.
Good.
Dude, I can't wait to see how Dad has just fucking bolted his window shut.
Aww.
He's got the Harry Potter bars outside his window.
But yeah, you guys, you find yourself enjoying your meal, and at the end of it, there's this moment of kind of silence as everybody is finishing to eat, and you see Paxson's father kind of clears his throat at the end of the table. He's and he looks at the six of you. He says, "I understand the six of you will be participating in the tournament tomorrow."
You are correct.
And I assume you've all been privy to the rumors that have been flying around town that it's going to be some kind of crazy, dangerous, lethal thing.
Well, I
You are
lean on the
also
side of
Tournament would it
truth. Paxton Magnus, can you please stop whispering sweet nothings into each other's ears? Father's talking. Daddy is right here.
But okay, sorry.
Your father glares at you across the table.
Oh fuck, I'm sorry. No, that was a meme. I'm sorry, no, I was kidding. That was out of character.
Was it, Andrew? Was it?
No, it
I would
wasn't.
never.
He says, "Listen, I have come to see that all of you, whatever my opinion of you may be, are at the very least good for Paxson.
Aww.
Well, I
Try
think
not to
it's
get
more that
yourselves killed.
Paxson. I think it's more that Paxson is good for us, but I appreciate the sentiment.
That's
of course.
without a
Very true.
sound.
Yes, well, it would be... I thought perhaps it would be slightly insulting for me to say that to you, but since you all know,
Yes, you raised a fine son.
don't die, and don't get my son killed.
Wouldn't dream of it.
It would not be in our best interests, to say the least.
Yes.
We've already had one too many near misses in the past few days.
Indeed.
It's unclear whether he's referring to Aiden or Paxson's injuries the previous
Why
day.
not both?
We had it under control.
Yeah, porque no los dos.
Everything was fine.
But
Fucking hell.
yeah, with that, he kind of nods at you, and he picks up a bottle of wine, confirmed eel-free,
Yes.
from his
No pulp?
like little wine thing, and he takes 2 wine glasses and motions to Paxson's mother, who follows him outside into the backyard.
Oh.
You guys are left to your own devices at the dinner table.
How horrifying.
It seems Declan is not home. He's with the rest of the Talons of Justice, preparing for their part of the mission tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. Well, we best get to bed early. He goes and he sort of starts. Yeah, seems to be getting late. So.
Do we know, George? Do we know what time we have to be there tomorrow?
The tournament should be starting at 11 a.m.
Cool.
Perhaps we'll all go retire for the night and begin to prepare ourselves for tomorrow.
Well, I do wish to say, unless we plan on going in unwritten, do we have a name to go by?
I don't believe we do at this stage.
Well, I'm sure if it's that important, we'll think it up.
53rd Platinum.
Do you have 53rd Platinum?
What?
16 platinum?
Do you have 16 Platinum?
I have 16 Platinum too.
No way. I have 16 platinum. You're all lying.
I only have 16 platinum.
Oh my, we're already making this 16 platinum joke. Perhaps it is getting late.
Yes, quite. Dude, the fucking
Oh,
the Dead Man
What's up,
Walking
Tina?
campaign is leaking again.
All good.
What's the matter, Magnus?
Is Tina speaking? Oh,
Yeah, Tina probably had something.
Alright. Yeah, so I guess we'll retire. Robert will go up and, whip out his book and begin writing again.
Oh my. We need that keyboard going.
inks.
That's not good.
I'm sorry you can hear me typing. It's just too much effort to mute myself.
Oh, it does scare me so.
uh-oh.
So, as you guys kind of go upstairs, you kind of I think there were some of you who wanted to do certain things tonight, right? So,
Yeah, but I need.
Yeah,
to
Robert's
come
good.
back.
He's studying.
that's right. Well, Tina was one of those people. So, does anybody else want to do something? Speak now or forever hold your RP.
Can I go fishing?
Oh, I like how Jen.
Oh, is that what you could call it nowadays?
You can't think
Yeah,
of a
I
place where
accidentally, yeah.
you could go fishing.
Cat-
Not even the harbor?
I guess you could go all the way out to the harbor, but you'd be
It's
missing out on your
far,
sleep.
Okay. I'm
Okay,
just
yeah.
gonna take a bath then.
The front door is getting that big alarm ritual. Oh, I forgot you can have multiple alarms up. But they take a while.
10 minutes each.
Tina died.
I mean, that
Oh.
could be okay. So, how many alarms do you want to set up?
Well, it'll be my good night routine, which is that we get the front door.
If you have any spells, you could just do them as spells too. Like if you have any
Yeah,
spells
but-
left. Because we're going to bed.
So get the front door, the back
You
door.
wouldn't have those spell slots if he was ambushed in the middle of the night, though.
Yeah. The front door and the back door, and you know what? I'll trust my team tonight. They won't sneak
Okay.
out.
So, you guys watch as Miles goes and sets up these little devices in the
Is it
sides
that
of
obvious?
Oh my god.
That's my exact noise. I fucking stubbed my toe. God damn it! Ah, fuck my finger. God,
No,
fuck.
that's
Ah.
K8 setting off the alarm.
Yeah. No, the alarm
K8 is
tases
the
you.
alarm.
The alarm fucking electrocutes you at 1,000,000 volts.
So yeah, Miles goes. You guys, it is obvious. It's a spell cast.
Yeah.
So, as you go and you set up this little like monitoring device by each of the two doors.
Well, it's better safe than sorry. I mean, we already had someone that didn't seem to quite like us in here. I want to make sure that the family's nice and safe. Oh, what was I wondering? Would you all prefer for me to have an audible alarm so that I could wake all of you up? Or would you rather it be silent and only I'll know?
Probably audible.
Yeah.
probably
The downside to audible is that whoever would walk through and trigger the alarm would know that they triggered the alarm.
Right, it's a good
Yeah,
way to
that's the
scare off
point.
intruders by letting them know that you have an alarm. That's why we put in the front yard, Miller Company alarms
Yeah, Miller
on this
Co.
property.
Protected by Miller.
Yeah, and then there's the dog. Boo, boo, boo.
And beware of dog, also.
Alright, well, once that's done, I guess I'll turn in.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Serenity just meditate. Style.
Someone
Serenity
else
does what
now?
has something to do.
What does Serenity do?
Meditate. Kind
Okay.
of like focus herself for tomorrow.
Sure. You kind of sit in your room, and you close your eyes and try to find that inner peace that the monks are always talking about. Can you roll a wisdom check for me?
Oh dear.
You can make it a perception check if you like. You're better at that.
It's the same modifier.
Do you have any damage resistances, by the way? Wild question.
I'm resistant to fire.
Resistant to necrotic
Hey.
damage? No? Good.
As you close your eyes
You hear that growl?
and start to drift away into your meditative state, you kind of get a little farther into it than you are normally able to, and you feel this like sort of kind of serenity, as is your namesake, and you feel this sense of like oneness. You start to kind of lose grasp on the borders between yourself and the world, and you feel this sense of looming anxiety and kind of unease, and you feel this feeling more and more intense. It's like a fog rolling over you, and you realize as you start to come out of this in like a bit of a panic, is it's not normal for negative emotions to just show up like that you weren't feeling your unease, but the unease of your party members and many other people in the city, the Talons of Justice, many people who came here for whatever reason, and the unease of minds that you reach out to. And you kind of are like shocked out of this momentary meditative state as you feel this connection, but like are uncomfortable with it because it's so unexpected, and you break it. You find yourself covered in sweat, sitting alone in your room.
Oh, the monks never talked about that.
Everybody waking up in a cold sweat.
Yeah, and then I just sit with that for a while, then go to bed.
Okay. Marine, you have a lovely night's sleep. The bath water, as always, is clean, and you kind of peacefully drift off, literally. Actually, wait. I guess probably the way if you're a Triton, you wouldn't float to the top of water when you sleep. You would
I would sink.
just so you actually
just,
just
like,
sink to
gross.
the bottom of the bathtub.
That's
You just
horrifying.
get a dead body in there, basically.
It's blue too. Somebody's gonna be like, somebody fucking drowned in this bathtub.
I'm sure they're all familiar with it by now.
Oh yeah, no, they all know.
Okay, it's fun. To the person who just whispered to me. I guess,
Now it's tight.
It's okay, Tina.
What do you mean? I'm so sorry.
Well, also, oh, she's not in Discord anymore.
Yeah, she can't hear us.
Oh.
What does that mean?
She's on the phone with her grandma.
I guess she must be. I mean, grandmas can't be ignored.
No, you can't ignore
No,
your
no.
grandma.
It cannot be done.
Try and wrap up. Okay. I was afraid she was gonna say she had to go do something. That's why I was like, the "I'm so sorry" thing. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, that would have been really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Not everybody is as short with their grandmother as you are with Boogie Max.
I say this, but I can't do less than a 20-minute call with her. If she calls, that would be
Mhm.
the end. Oh shoot, it's her birthday. I probably should have called her at some point.
Uh-oh.
Now you fucked up.
Yeah.
Wow.
I texted her good birthday.
I texted her too.
Oh my god. Worst granddaughter.
I'm like, no. I used to be the worst granddaughter. Then my
No, I'm the worst granddaughter.
uncle had a daughter.
Ouch.
Was wunderbar.
I don't know.
Wait,
what
you're not
my
talking about
grandma's birthday
Soleil,
is.
are you?
What?
You're not talking about Soleil, are you?
You have
Oh, I
you
would
have
love
a family member by the name of Soleil? That's fucking cool.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
my
say, why
cousin's
would she be
named
worse,
Xander
Brandon?
and
They had a lot of fun.
Soleil. Soleil's just really sassy to Mookie, who he doesn't like her right now.
Wow, that's
I
rough. man.
sent to the chat a dude with his fists up in a 5x5 square to give you some perspective on how big these maps have to be and how much space a combatant takes up.
What chat? The phone. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was looking. We were at the zoo when I went up to Mags's house for her birthday the other weekend, and I saw like it was like a thing that said like how far a lion could jump, but it was like a measured like 30-foot line in a straight line, and I was like,
What the fuck is?
What are you
Hey,
doing?
sorry, they just left it in
Going on?
it's the washing machine. It's the washing machine. Don't worry. Maybe now the mics get a little dirty. But I was saying, actually, when you really look at it, that 5x5 foot is really small.
Yeah, if you're considering
Yeah,
somebody
like if you would
fighting
have a
in that
sword,
area,
yeah, if you would have a sword, that's an incredibly small maneuverability.
yeah, like you get somebody being in combat with somebody
Yeah.
in an adjacent tile. That makes
You're not
perfect
supposed
sense.
to like stay close to someone, even for a fist fight. You throw a couple of hits, stay back.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Go back in.
well, there's also
Yeah.
this idea like I try to
We
narrate.
do 'em, we're like, no, you first. No, you can do it.
That
You
was almost a 22, and it was a 2.
Miles, you have to go to the bathroom. So you get up, and as you're walking past the room that Robert inhabits, you see, are you guys sharing a room? I can't remember. You're not, right?
I think we were. If we're
Sharing
sharing a
a
room,
bed.
we're not sharing a.
Yeah, we're not
That's
sharing
right.
a bed though.
You are sharing a room, but not. So never
Hey,
mind.
I remember
You don't even
you
have to get up
pronounced
to go to
it.
the bathroom.
Yeah, you pronounced it as Dan's style. Dan's attic style.
You look over at where Robert, and he is earnestly working on the thing that you know that he likes to work on, so, or with you.
Ah.
Oh yes.
Well,
Hello, Miles.
Isn't it a little late for that? We have a big day tomorrow and all that.
Oh, I really feel like I'm making some big strides here in what I'm attempting to do.
Bork,
And he goes and
Oh.
holds up
Yeah, we got
his special book, and I really just, you know, burning the midnight oil and all that.
All right. Well, we both need to get to sleep, and I won't be able to sleep if you're doing this all night. So let me help you out.
All right, very good. And yeah, he'll pull up a chair for Miles for the tables that he's sitting at. And,
Wait. Where is? Oh, Serenity's only that
Jenny,
far down on the
please.
list.
Mom is home. That's why she.
This is the Black Book of Heresy, isn't it?
I didn't hear
just
what
a
you guys were
serenity
saying.
forever.
Whatever.
Good job.
I'm gonna go say hi to my mom real quick. I'll be right back.
Alright, like I said,
Hi.
I'm gonna go do some sit-ups or push-ups or something. I'm fucking dying over here. I gotta wake up.
Go splash cold water in your face.
go blow
That's a
your
good
nose.
idea. I'll do that too. I gotta do that as well.
Dan's got 3 things he's gotta go do.
Hello.
Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry. What
It's
did I miss?
Prodigal
Dan
Magnus.
just left.
What?
Dan's gotta go wake himself up.
Oh?
Alright, well, I'm gonna go pee real quick.
Wait, so what did I miss?
I bet you will.
Fill me in.
Nothing. We wait.
Yeah,
We were waiting for you.
Why
Robert's
did I have
working
to
on
make a
them.
persuasion check?
You didn't.
Oh, Maggie lied to me. Okay.
Serenity
Wait, no.
meditated and
Paxson
felt
can't
the-
lie.
Serenity meditated and felt the anxiety of the entire city.
Nice.
And Robert and Miles are working on something. in
Meanwhile,
their
it's
room.
just Miles sitting, sleeping on the other side of the wall, freaking his shit out, being like, "Yo, I'm supposed to be home, baking bread and shit.
No.
I'm supposed to be making some bread."
And I'm sorry about that, guys. Once my grandma gets talking, it's kind of impossible to stop.
No,
her.
I hear you.
Literally, I was just sitting here listening to her debate to herself. Like, she was asking me about her major, and I mentioned environmental conservation, and she brought up cows. I'm like, yeah, cows fart methane, so that's bad for the environment. She's like, no, I'm pretty sure that's not it.
She was
And-
an
shit.
environmental science
Oh.
major.
Well, shit, you right.
And the best part though is that she just kept talking to me about back in her day. Like, oh yeah, she used to eat raw meat because like they didn't put any shit in it back then, and I'm just like, Grandma, how did you survive your childhood?
No, that was the fun, right? So what you did, like back then, did you know that colored gum wasn't a thing back then? By what I mean by colored gum means like fun colors for gum.
Yeah.
Not colored people.
So what they used to do. Oh well,
No, he's talking about gum for colored people.
Tina's
Yeah. No, that's what I meant. So what it was, all gum was just a white stick of gum. So what they used to do, like my mom and the folk were talking about, what they did is that they'd have colored pencils and they'd break off the tips and wrap it up in the gum and then chew it.
Oh my god, no!
Oof.
So then they'd have colors. I forgot if that was my mom or my dad. Probably both. Apparently that was
Just
pretty
how
hip.
did old people survive their childhood?
Yo,
How?
just
Okay,
Raw
everyone's
meat is
back.
a lot
Let's
safer
select.
than
No,
you
George
think.
isn't here. We
Right,
need the
they're-
DM.
Yeah.
No.
if you're
Yeah,
feeling
raw meat
tired,
is a lot safer than the rep that it gets.
if you're feeling tired, just go do like fucking 20 push-ups, and it gives you a massive head rush.
Cute.
Like
I think I
the-
can do 20 push-ups.
Dan,
As many
Don't
as
do
you can,
drugs.
because it's all proportional to get your heart pumping. Like,
Workout
Like,
junkie.
Speed
suddenly, yeah, no, like having it's just because your brain
I'm
suddenly
gonna get
gets
a
so
drink, I guess, while we
oxygenated.
wait.
Yeah.
I've
'cause your
discovered
brain
that
suddenly
I-
gets so oxygenated,
I've discovered that I really like the row machines at the gym.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
off at some point.
I've
they-
rediscovered that I still hate cardio.
Nice.
Yeah, I did cardio day today. It was a time.
Tina's back?
Yeah, I'm back.
I saw her talking.
George is back.
Oh, yeehaw, okay.
And
Yeet
Andrew
ha.
just left.
Andrew just
Yeet my
left.
ha.
God.
We can't play
Well,
D&D.
Andrew doesn't need to be here for what
Not
happens
allowed.
between Tina and them, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Oh wait, actually, could you give me like 5 seconds? I'm
Tina!
potatoing.
Tina.
Now you want 5 seconds.
1,
You know what? Wait, no, sometimes
That's all part of my plan.
3,
Dan,
Four.
I don't like you.
5. Tina, where you at?
Oh wait, quiet. Dan. I got a cookie pizza. My mom sent me something from Insomnia Cookies. Would you like some with us later?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll have some with you guys later. Also, did you not
Dibs.
find it weird earlier that I was like, hey, nice balloons?
You said that? When did you say that?
Yeah, in the CSG e-board chat, I was like, happy birthday, also nice balloons.
I did not even notice.
Oh,
I'm gonna
he
be honest.
immediately assumed that you were creeping.
Yeah, well, because I was just kind of like sitting here at my computer and I got like a weird feeling and I looked out my window and you
Cinnamon.
walked by
Yeah.
and you were
Do you
holding a
mind
bunch
if
of
I still-
balloons.
It's a sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's called my mother is. I'm my mother's favorite, and she really likes me on my birthday.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
am
I
my
just-
mother's favorite. That's not a joke at all.
Oof.
Are you the
I've
youngest
heard
child by
stories
any
about your
chance?
sister, so-
Yes, I'm the youngest.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
just
that
wondering.
makes sense. Yeah, but I was
And,
never the
like-
favorite.
Alright, George, so
Youngest
what
with
happens to
severe
Miles?
emptiness
What
syndrome.
horrible Black Book of Heresy does Miles end up in?
Whoa, wait, hold on.
Or not Miles, also Miles, but all, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck were you
Magnus.
working on?
M's,
Uh,
there's too many M's in this party.
Sure.
Don't worry.
Robert.
Not for long.
Yeah.
Soon I'll
Bobbert.
be a kilometer.
Mobber.
Listen,
Kilometer.
Computer.
my
Let's
name
go.
is Robert, single father of 5.
I'm back on my computer. Let's go. George.
George.
Huh? Alright.
Well, for initiative!
George, I'm back on my computer. Let's go.
Yes, I understand. Magnus, the reason we were waiting for you was because you wanted to do something tonight, isn't that right?
Yeah, that is right.
So
Kill
what are
them
you
all.
doing?
I'm gonna go talk to Aiden.
Great. You go and, well, I mean, you're standing in front of his door. It is closed.
I knock knock.
Oh, yeah, here you go. There you go.
Thank you.
You hear someone moving from inside, but you don't hear a response.
Aiden, it's Magnus. No one in your family's out here with me. I just wanted to know if you wanted to talk a little about what's happened the last couple of days. I wanted to make sure you were alright.
Go away.
Oh.
I love
That's an all. Kids just took a
Yeah, I was
beat.
gonna say what? That kid's getting a smackdown. I don't know what you're
Talking back to an adult.
Fuck you.
Get a beat.
Magnus isn't an adult.
Yeah, no. Oh no, this is most underprepared person going into this. Come on, Aiden. I could I have brought him scraps from the dinner table?
Hi, Sophie.
Sophie.
What did you say? Sorry.
Could I have brought him like scraps from the dinner table?
You could have.
Like, bring
I've
him a
got
plate.
food.
You can use a point of stress to have gotten scraps at the dinner table. In hindsight.
Yeah.
Flashback.
Sure.
I've got food. Lovely, lovely home cooked meal. I'm really bad at this.
Make a persuasion check.
Thank God.
You're good at this.
Hiya!
Nice.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, he's letting
You
me
treat
in.
him like your dog treatment really worked on him.
The door. You hear a, and then the door opens a half inch.
Now, you know what goes great with some food, though? Some company, too. Would you mind if I came in?
The door opens the rest of the way. He looks up at you. He looks very sullen, and just generally just kind of upset. It doesn't look like he's left his room for a little while.
Oh, baby. So I walk in and I'd pull him up, like, I'm assuming he's got a little desk. I pull up the food on the desk and I encourage him to sit down and eat. And I just, I don't mean to invade your space like this, but I was wondering how you were doing with the events the last couple of days.
He kind of pokes at the food with like a fork, and is just kind of like, thanks for seeing me.
I just think nothing of it. Paxson has been a marvelous friend since my first meeting him and meeting his family. Not a single one of you has disappointed.
He looks up at you and he's like, and Theo too. Thanks for saving Theo.
Bless you.
Yeah, you guys hear Robert
yes.
sneeze like a fucking avalanche.
And he's actually outside the door, like, Robert, are you fucking listening in again?
Dude, he would never get close to that door without you noticing. That's what negative stealth means. You
He,
sneeze from across the house.
after saying that, he pauses for a little while, and then he looks at you and he's like, "You and Paxson are good friends, right?"
I'm sorry, chewing. I like to think so, yes.
Have you ever put him in danger? Like, has it ever been your fault that something really bad almost happened to him?
Well, the night is young.
Yeah, oh, really?
The knight is indeed young. Paxson's what, 18?
19.
Yeah.
19.
19. Yeah.
Well, I address Aiden. Let me specify that. Yes, we can adopt Aiden.
He's already in your family. What do you...
Is the party okay?
No,
And
we
I-
just get him killed. Or sent to hell.
You know, so I say to Aiden, Paxson and I have had the unfortunate circumstance of meeting while a lot of dangerous things were happening. Honestly, we've been through a lot, and I couldn't tell you, in the heat of the moment, I couldn't tell you if there were things I could have done that could stop him from being hurt, or if I had moved faster, if things could have gone differently. But I know for sure that your brother especially, every time that he could prevent something from happening, he did.
He looks up at you and he's like, It's not the same though. Paxson and Declan, they both like to go get themselves in trouble, and being in a fight with him is not the same. You don't understand. Nobody gets it.
Nobody gets me. You don't understand, Mom.
It's just... How am I supposed to face Theo again after almost getting him eaten by some evil worm or whatever? He kind of shudders at the thought.
Oh my god, Aiden's 15. Shit.
Yeah, everyone keeps making fun of him for acting like a teenager, but like...
No, but
He
this is so
literally
cute.
is.
He's a BB.
And he's the worst kind of teenager too. 15.
I'm sorry, what was the last thing he said, George? I'm blanking out a little.
The last thing he said, you don't understand what it's like to have put Theo in danger, because Theo isn't like Paxson. He doesn't go looking for danger. It's just entirely Aiden's fault. That's how he feels.
I'm back.
Oh shit! Alright, so Magnus, he calmly inspects Aiden, and he says to him, could things have gone differently? Yes, of course. There are 1,000 different ways that what happened could have been different. Someone could have not sent the bottle, you could have not taken it. There was a chance that we might have gotten to you before either of you had drunk it. And while our situation now isn't ideal, I think we can all be pretty grateful that we got to you two before anything really bad happened. And Aiden, it's not your fault. Someone sent that wine bottle here. Someone specifically targeted this family. And in a way, I guess it's I don't want to say good, but you intercepting that bottle was a better way it could have turned out. Because there was another chance that you didn't take parts of the bottle, and instead your family drank it. I'm being very bad at this, but what I'm trying to say is, you can't be you shouldn't feel guilty, you shouldn't feel bad about trying to be close with your friend.
Roll a persuasion.
If all the times for this to be a good roll, please. No!
I'm sorry, what you mean was...
You got DM
nice.
inspiration?
You have your DM fiat thing.
No.
You also have DM inspiration.
I do? Oh shit! Alright, yeah. Wait, no, hold on. I'm trying to think. Could I roll for advantage if I take out the warm blanket and wrap it?
No!
No,
Are you waiting for an answer to that?
No, I'm not. Okay, wait, so the DM inspiration is not the DM fiat? I thought you gave that to me.
No, DM fiat is a different thing. Because it's your birthday, if you guys are in a bind, it's more powerful than just rerolling one die. Like,
oh,
you get to
okay.
say at some point in this session, George, help me out.
George, help me. No. Alright, so then I'm gonna use my inspiration to reroll that.
It's hard to do worse than 3. I think you've got this.
There are 2 other numbers.
There we go.
Hey, worth it.
Okay,
I
so
will-
as you deliver your speech, Aiden is like kind of slowly munching away at the food you brought him, and he looks up after you're done talking to him, and he just kind of has this like look in his face. He looks a little bit less like sullen and like sulky. He still doesn't look totally happy, but it looks like he's contemplative.
Mm.
And he finishes the plate and hands it to you and says, "Okay, well, thanks, Magnus. I really appreciate the dinner. I should eat, I guess."
Of course.
And,
And I get the dismissive tone, so I'm gonna start heading for the door. But
Going to be dismissed.
as I leave, the one last thing I say to him is, all we can do as people is our best.
Humans.
So if you oh shit, lost train of thought, but along the lines of, so just from this point forward, you have to try your best to help and be kind and protect those around you, type spiel. Like, it's just supposed to be last words.
Sure. Yeah, he smiles at you with your speech, and he says, "You're right. Maybe it's time I started doing my best." And with that, he ushers you out of his room.
With that, he gets his human variant feet.
Aw.
Awesome. There we go. We started him on the path. This is good.
The family business.
No.
Alright. So, I guess I take the plate downstairs, I help the mom with dishes like I always do. And I show Paxon that Aiden's okay.
Okay. So yeah, you go to Paxon's room after helping his mom and kind of knock on the door. Paxon, you see Magnus walk into your room and say, "I spoke to Aiden for you."
Oh, thanks for doing that.
Of course, Paxon. Anything I can do for your family. They've been very kind in accommodating us.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Do you have a minute?
Yeah, what do you need?
Oh, I'm just so worried about everything here.
It's okay, I have DM Fiat.
No, the book. Did you read that book about? No, you didn't read the book about the trials. Me and Sren.
Oh no,
that book.
I tried, but I fear comprehend languages made it harder to understand instead of easier.
There's just been so much going on with, you, the sword, my family, this trial. The trial, it can be powered by sacrifice of lives. Did that ever come up? I feel like we kind of glossed over that one.
Yeah, no, I gotta say, I know we were pretty busy in the library, but no one mentioned that.
Yeah. We just kind of got distracted, and oh my god, the Talons. We roped the Talons into this. I thought I knew what I was doing, and now the Talons are in trouble. Or maybe they will be. I don't know.
Maggie's actually too loud for once. I have to lower her volume.
Impossible.
This is great.
And my family, I've got my family in trouble because of this now, and my brother, thank you for talking to him, but they can all take care of themselves except for him, and of course he's the one who gets himself into trouble. It's not good to worry about him too, on top of all this other stuff. I didn't even get a chance to tell you everyone this. When we were with those guards, I detected the poison just to see how they were. They're fine, but did you know that Miles has something called dragon rot?
What? I'm sorry?
That's all I know about it. The magic told me. We knew he was sick. Apparently it's a poison. So there's another thing to worry about in your sword, and...
Well, if it's any consolation, I think the sword is going to be out of it for quite a while.
Yeah, the sword's been nice so far, but who knows? Maybe that this trial with all the magic around it could just activate, and who knows what it's going to do.
I share your worries, Paxon. But the problem is, this isn't something that can be ignored.
none of it can.
But hey, I have full faith in the Talons, and more than that, I have full faith in the Lomaze family.
I hope everything will turn out alright. I thought everything would make more sense when I became a paladin, but I don't know, it just seems like everything's spiraling.
It's because the DM wants you that way.
I know. That you can't.
Hey!
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Well,
Okay, every bad guy in the entire world dies.
yeah.
Congratulations, you guys win D&D.
Woo! We won D&D, guys.
Paxson, would you mind telling me a bit about, Bahamut's ideals?
Bahamut?
Yes.
It's fairly simple.
That old hack?
I mean, the Talons are for truth and justice and order.
Mm.
That's what Bahamut believes in too. I think. Hang on, I'm pulling up a word document right now.
Apparently, Bahamut's dogma is based on justice, nobility, protection, and honor.
Yes. Bahamut will, on top of order, he believes in protecting people.
The weak.
What? Sorry?
Bahamut likes protecting the weak, liberating the oppressed, and defending order.
Yes, Paxson says that because he's a good paladin who knows these things.
Yes, of course he is. Well
he,
then,
though?
Paxson, for a god... Well, no, for, how to word, for a god that you have sworn your oath to, if he wants you to protect, then there must be bad for you to protect from. Perhaps this is just, in all essence, a test. Well, not a test, a trial, if you will.
I guess. Yeah. I guess if there was nothing bad in the world, he wouldn't need us. I can't say I don't wish that was the case, but...
Then I guess you'll just have to become a good enough Talon that it becomes the case.
Thanks, Magnus.
Very childlike and optimistic personality coming through here.
Hey, I think you're the perfect person to talk to my brother.
Yay!
You're able to cheer me up like this.
Oh.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still very curious as to how they met in the first place. Like, I know your family is of high standing, but I don't know. It's rather shocking.
Yeah, you know, that one's kind of a mystery too. The Talons have some interaction with the crown, of course, but
Yeah, but it's
Brother
not
less
like your
so.
brother's part of the Talons yet. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know if he's ever going to. He just...
I
I've
wouldn't
never seemed very
doubt that
interested.
quite yet.
Well, maybe he'll follow his family. Anyways, thanks. I guess we should go to sleep if we're gonna fight in these trials. We gotta win them.
Let's rest. Yeah, I couldn't think of some quippy thing to say.
Guys, are we finally getting to the trials?
No.
No.
Everyone else has to RP with each other too about how obsessed they are.
Oh, hey, George,
So yes,
quickly,
I would like
why,
to
why,
rename myself Magnus Bane, official therapist
George, so
of
why
the
we're not talking
Lomaze
right now?
family.
Oh man, I popped out for a little bit here and there.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah,
What's
I was
up?
gonna say, hey, can you get me? I'm sorry. Before I forget, can you give Kate 26 health?
Oh my
It's
god,
supposed to
did
go
she
up
level
every
up?
time my guy levels.
Oh, sure. Yeah. You got it, bro.
So Andrew,
Thank
what the hell is dragon?
I don't know. No. Oh, who am I kidding? I know. But you guys don't tell me anything bad about me. No, I'm
How much
kidding.
is
I
she
don't know.
supposed to have? 26?
Yeah, 26.
The
You were
dog
not
has more health than Marine.
Rest in peace.
Woof.
Kill the rogue first.
Oof, that's looking
What?
pretty rough.
Huh?
What?
Kate has 26 health and you have 23.
Wait a minute. What are the effects of freshman cool guy?
You just became a cool guy recently, so you're a freshman guy.
Cool.
Okay, so you guys drift away to sleep. Each of you
For the
having
last time.
taken care of what you needed to take care of in the evening. And so, at last, the fateful day arrives.
Oh no. No, no.
I don't wanna. Please, no.
Are we going to Disney World?
It
A
becomes
long time.
it is the dawn of the day, Monday the 16th of April, the first day of the tournament. In only a few hours, the tournament will begin, and as you guys wake up, the first thing you notice is that the whole town is filled with noise, as everybody who's coming for the tournament is officially here now. And you see, you look outside the window of the Lomaze family, which is kind of closer to the center of town, and you see huge crowds of people moving through the streets towards near the palace where that large magical circle was set up.
Well, fuck.
You also smell the smell of food as carnival stands selling pastries and other sorts of, festival goods are popping up all over the city indiscriminately. As long as they're far enough away from the nearest other one that they can get some customers, you see them all over the place.
Oh
there
heavens,
any
I
fish?
must resist.
Any fried fish?
Oh, Robert.
Yes.
You wake up under the effects of the Armor of Agathis spell.
What the f-
What?
Huh?
I
Dan!
think you know a guy.
I imagine a first level cast of that?
Yeah. No
Oh my
duration.
god.
Oh my god.
Huh.
Dan's a
See,
Dan's a
I
warlock.
have that spell
Dan's
too,
going
Dan.
warlock.
And
So
You know-
that's kind of hard to
um,
hide. It's pretty obvious as soon as you wake up.
yeah.
Huh.
Huh.
Immediately
Miles.
your Borealis talk, which is, good God, what is that?
Hey, you
Mi-
know
Miles,
the...
I don't feel so good.
I feel
Mr. Miles, I don't feel so good.
fine, but
Are you certain? How does it look? Like, is it like I'm confused with how Armor of Agathis would look.
He has a small layer of ice rhyming him, and as he goes to put on his armor, it just kind of expands out and spreads over the outside of it. It always stays on the furthermost outside layer of him. These little
that's a
tiny
good spell.
sparks of not sparks, spikes of frost.
oh, isn't that interesting?
So it's not hurting you
No,
whatsoever.
not as far as I can tell.
I would be lying if I said I knew everything about your order. Have
No, this is
such
not
effects
normal.
manifested?
No, no, it's not normal.
Yeah,
Guys,
fine. When we go out there, do you mind if I just run a quick diagnostic? It's
you
a
know,
little bit- just a quick-
where's my book?
Guys, I was gonna say, Magnus has put on this spell before, so you definitely know what it is.
Yeah, you know what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why they understand what it is right away, and we don't have to have Miles get iced in order to find out.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna punch it. No, it's fine. I know that shitter. It would. But perhaps we should speak to the expert.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, if it's not hurting
Do you think
you
it's their
whatsoever,
fault?
and if it's not, I don't.
He's the only
Why?
one who can do this.
Are you telling me that you think Magnus has walked into here in the middle of your sleep and has cast this spell on you? Wait, actually,
Yes.
he
I don't
he may
think-
have. He very well.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
visits everyone at night, making them feel better.
I'm still unsure about
Well, don't worry.
the things that are going on with him. So
It should wear off in a matter of time. We'll have to speak to Magnus. He'll have a better grasp on its effects.
Yes.
I can't pretend I know what this is.
right.
Well, anyway, it seems to be nothing to be afraid of. If for now,
For now.
it should be something to be concerned of. Yes.
So here's a question, right? If I attacked myself, would I do like double damage to myself?
Why?
For science.
You want to test that theory?
No.
Nah, it's cool.
Well, let's go down and get food. The rest will be waiting for us.
Everybody, as you see Robert come downstairs, you see he's covered in a small layer of ice, the same way Magnus is sometimes done when he casts spells from his sword.
It's standing
Robert,
behind.
Don't ask. I
Robert.
don't know.
Magnus
Robert
checks for his
is-
sword in his robe.
Yeah, Miles is just like shaking his hands at his neck, you know, like with the no, don't talk about it. Don't be rude. It's normal.
Walk up to Magnus and he'll just look at him, just like say nothing for about like good 20 seconds of just looking at him and be like, Magnus,
Yes, Dad?
did you do this?
Damn.
Hold on, I gotta check something before I respond.
Is being a warlock contagious?
Yeah, no, I can
Get
only
me
do
the
that to
fuck
myself.
out.
I'm pretty sure it's a only you can do it to yourself kind of spell. Did you
would you mind
take
asking-
my sword?
You can talk to your sword, right?
Yes?
Can you ask it the sword if it did this to me?
Sure. Turn to the sword. Hey buddy, I know you're pretty tired right now, and I promise we'd talk about this later when you're more rested, but just ballpark, did you do this?
I assume that it's talking to you now, and we just can't
And
hear.
it,
Yes?
maybe it isn't hitting push to talk in its astral
Wait.
location.
Were you asking if this happened?
She's asking the sword. She was asking the sword.
Yeah.
You don't get any response from the sword. Actually, it still seems to be inert.
Yeah.
But see, my favorite part, right, is that we never hear the sword responding. So it's a guy. They must be having a chat. Right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Well, what did it say?
It's quiet. The whole for lack of a better term, exorcism deal has seemed to put it out of sorts.
Robert's gonna kind of like squint and lean in a little bit at him. He's like, well, it doesn't seem to be causing me any harm. In fact, it seems it'll be a good thing. So I
Oh yes,
suppose
no,
we have
this
that
is
to be
a
thankful
wonderful spell.
and quite concerned for. Right. All right. Let's get some food, and then we have a big day ahead of us. And I have ice
Hey, guys.
armor now, and I don't know how to explain it.
Guess what's making a reappearance?
What's that?
Inspiring leader.
Ka-chow!
Except for
Is it better
Robert,
now?
who doesn't get to take that. He has to
Right,
keep
yeah.
his current temporary hit point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm missing out on like one, but I get the whole reflection damage, so this is probably better for me to keep it anyway.
I could give the 6th one to Kate.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Since I already have it, then you can just put it on yourself and Kate, I guess.
Either Kate or Dia.
I think Kate will use it better. No offense. So it's
I can resummon Diaz at this point too, so it's not a huge deal if something happens.
level plus
At
charisma.
this
Oh,
point.
you got Find Familiar?
Level plus charisma modifier. Hey, we're up to 8 temporary hit points, boys.
Ciao.
Woo!
Woo!
43 health.
That is far from something to shake a stick at.
Yeah.
So,
What does Therapist Magnus say in the morning?
Apple.
Hey guys, we've survived up to this point. Chances are we'll survive this too.
I am feeling inspired.
You know what?
Yes.
I don't want to die. That be the last rousing speech I hear. So.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
that's
inspired.
that is the motivation, I suppose.
you guys find yourself breakfasting. There's a note on the table left by the Lomaze family. It says that they most of them went on ahead to try to get a better place to spectate from where, because the crowds are going to be huge. Obviously, you guys being
Should we
contenders.
tell them not to go?
We probably
Well, it
should've.
seems like they're already
Well, I
there.
think they're already-
You know, and the thing is, they're a family of paladins. They're kind of knee deep in this shit now. Robert.
Right. Well, I suppose if any of them are infected, then this will take care of that anyway, so... That much is good.
Aiden actually comes down the stairs and says, "Hey,
Good morning.
Good morning.
Man.
Are you hungry?
I already ate." It looks like he's kind of packed up and ready to go. He says, "I guess it's no use telling you. I'm gonna go meet the prince. Not in a dark alleyway. We're gonna go watch the tournament together."
Good.
What will you drink?
He's gonna. Robert's gonna lean over to Paxson. Like, Paxson, maybe it would be good that he didn't do that. If you understand. Paxson.
Yeah.
Maybe it would be good that he didn't go.
I'm really not sure I can stop him. He seems pretty good at sneaking out.
At the very least, we
Oh.
should warn him, I suppose.
He sees the two of you whispering.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
We're just worried about you. Be safe when you're out there, okay?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about me, Paxson. Check this out. And he goes into his bag. He reaches inside, and
No.
you see a small dagger.
What have you got there?
Oh.
Nice!
Please just.
No!
A knife!
No!
Aiden, I really
Oh,
think that
God.
might be more trouble than it's worth. Maybe just leave that here. I don't know. If you could get in a lot of trouble with that.
I gotta use it to
I-
protect Theo if there's more of those things.
I think that is a brave idea and a wonderful notion, but I have heard that the Talons will be, searching through bags for illicit substances and weaponry this year
Well,
because
I'll
there's
be
so
with
many
the Crown
people.
Prince, so I don't think I'll have a problem.
Ah, well, that's a
Yeah.
good point,
You
actually.
know, just his guards. Stay with him and his guards, and not other people.
This is good advice. Stay with
And
once
watch what you
find him.
drink, Aiden.
I think you know.
'Cause that's good at least, because like the prince is wise to what's going on, so as long as he's with him, it'll probably be okay.
Yes, and his guards.
And if he-
I think as long as
Yeah.
the two of them are together, they'll
Yeah. And if we need to save
And-
one of them, we can save both of them if they're
As
together.
he's leaving, he's like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go head out. If you guys think of whatever it is you want Theo to do for you, let me know."
Okay, good luck. Be safe. I love you.
He rolls his eyes and is like, "I love you too, Paxson."
Oh, you guys are on I love you, huh?
Of course, you don't tell your brothers you love them.
Well, my sister isn't quite fond of the idea.
I'm sorry.
I can't wait for if
No,
Miles
I-
ever
I-
dies, he's gonna play Millie.
Yeah, don't worry. Her, I hate you, leave me alone, sends about the same message across. It's out of love.
So, as you guys watch him leave and finish your breakfast, you find yourselves ready. Does anybody have anything to stop me from
What?
narrating the beginning of the tournament right now?
Dude, like, this is the.
yeah, we're
are you
buying
sure?
all
Actually,
players.
Are you sure?
no.
All of their quests will be.
Warning:
Yeah.
all
Made
side
unavailable.
quests
That's what
will
I'm saying,
be.
like, fuck me, dude. Like, yeah, I can't buy things, but stop making me think about it. God damn.
All right, great. That sounds like everybody wants to go. Oh, look, it's
Okay,
a
guys,
pool.
ready, check. Ready, check.
I want to see every one of those checks.
Oh! What?
Excuse me?
What?
I fixed it. I made it work. Now it should actually work.
I'd be doing something.
Yeah,
You-
ready,
I
check.
found, I
Just
found
click
the
one
armor
of
bag
those
at this
check
effect,
marks.
so I put it on myself.
There should be one.
Wait.
Yeah, there you go.
Is there one for me too?
Yes.
I don't think I'm allowed to do it. How'd you do that? Do you right click on it?
Well, there's
Oh.
7 and there's 7 players in here, so it's one
Oh, so-
person hasn't
So
done it yet.
who hasn't read it up?
Probably done it.
No, I didn't.
Jen, have you done it? Did you do the ready up?
Why does that matter at all?
No, I was. Oh, what? Here we go.
Yeah,
There we
there's
go.
one for.
Okay, if you continue past this point, you may not be able to return. Loading screen. So, as
Wait, no.
Then this
no,
one
somebody
comes up.
Right, we locked into a bad ending.
as you
That's
guys
after the loading screen.
as you guys continue to go, you walk through the town on your way to the tournament, and you see as you get closer and closer, you kind of have a hard time navigating. But people who see Paxson's armor kind of make room for him, and the foreigners
Yeah.
in the city who don't make room for him are kind of ushered aside by people who know what's going on.
Full plate, baby.
As you
28
guys,
feet, brother.
as you guys are slowly moving through the city, you see a wide variety of people. You see orcs. You see hobgoblins. These are races that are normally villains, and they've come out, and you see all sorts of people. You see Goliaths, dwarves, halflings. There seems to be the whole menagerie. There's even a couple of Triton that Marine avoids eye contact with.
Do I see the other tiefling?
Or, I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. There are a couple of other tieflings, actually. The tieflings are more common than the Tritons, I'd say. But you see a lot of different kinds of people. You even see elves, just straight up full-on elves walking around, which is super unusual. As you walk closer and closer towards where the tournament is, you see that there's a small area where people are being registered by the captain of the guard.
A name. Also, Marine, Andrew, so Jen and Andrew, don't forget to put your temporary hit points in for both yourselves and Kate.
I can't do it for Kate.
We have 10 hit points from
Eight of them.
Inspiring
leader. Yeah.
How many temp hit
Well,
points does Kate have?
8.
No, that
Great.
feat really is
8?
clutch.
I didn't know
lower
how well
level.
that feat scaled. 8 hit points is no fucking joke, dude. That's a whole 25% health buff on
So
average.
as you
For
guys
Jet.
Charisma, right?
as you guys get there, indeed, you see people registering. You see on the line in front of you, you see a small group of hobgoblins wearing war stuff immediately behind them, and their groups are kind of slightly quarreling, but quietly and orderly. You see a brigade of full-blooded orcs with tribal clothing on, tribal paint on their faces, and axes.
Well, to each their own.
The only thing that you know is that if they're at this point, they must have done something good on the road to qualify.
Oh, he already
about
did that
200
thing
people
where
are
he
about to
announced.
find out that they're not actually in it. So we gotta keep in mind, too.
You see a couple of people floating around with just like your.
My what? What's going on?
We lost you if you're still talking.
Rest in peace, George.
Yeah, I can't believe he
It's
died
weird,
like that.
right? Because I'm having the popping in and out again. Hopefully you guys don't hear me popping.
Reconnect attempt 1 failed.
Listening to us talk without being able to play, and then technical difficulties.
Technical Dungeons and
That
Dragons.
sounds about right.
Technical Dungeons and Difficulties.
Sorry for wasting
I hope-
an hour making Tina talk to the Lomies.
No, that was completely worth. If nothing else happens this session, I will be happy knowing that I set Aiden on a good path in life.
Thank you. He is definitely better for this.
Yeah. He's gonna go protect his boyfriend with a tiny, tiny dagger.
So
Did he leave the dagger at home? Please tell me he left the dagger at home. I told him to.
He
leave
did
it
not.
there.
He
No,
definitely
he
did
did
not
not.
leave the dagger at home.
Like I'm saying, as long as they're together, then if we gotta save one of them, we can save both of them, no sweat.
Maggie, I love that noise. It's just me.
I'm so really stressed out about my fake brother and his boyfriend.
I'm an addict.
So
Yeah, no, it's fine, Maggie. We'll keep him safe. I promise.
as you guys go up and you watch all these people, it eventually comes to be your place in line, and you see none
what's
other
his
than
name?
Commander Gray, the half-orc that you guys met several days ago. Robert and Paxton, he's familiar to you too. He's sitting there with a very bored expression on his face, a steaming hot cup of something
Brown.
blackish brown.
Hey, did we ever
I
check
think he's
that?
the one that gave Maggie. I think he's the one that gave you the bounties to go
Yeah,
get.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Alright, so
he's,
name.
He's sitting there in
what are we thinking? Here's what
half-plate
happened.
and is like, "Oh, it's you guys. Yeah, you did mention you were being into. All right, what do I gotta put down? Group name?
How about out of character talk? How about the half-in-wits?
Heroes and halfwits.
Come on, there's gotta be something positive about
Remember,
Heroes of
I can
we
just
have to
take
change
I
it.
can just
I
take
like
one
it.
of your
Half-Wits
names if
is a
you
Rooster
want.
Teeth thing.
I do
Oh.
like the unwritten because we're not written yet because we're schmucks,
That's true.
and then we'll
That's true.
change the name as we go.
You know,
Be like-
Yeah, once we
reminder,
find
like
something worth writing.
fuck. In Dan's campaign, there were multiple name changes.
That's
Oh, there's
true.
like 4. I think there's about 4 different name changes. Major ones, anyway.
All because
Yeah, we
Dan
went through
didn't
a lot
like
of
that we
names.
named ourselves the Interlopers.
No, we started with Rat
You
Pack.
guys
ourselves.
decided to rename yourselves that.
Right,
after
right.
We
that.
started with the Rat Pack.
The what?
The
Worm eaters? Let's not eat them though.
no, the wormlings.
The worm eaters.
Wormlings.
Wormlings. No.
Nah.
Your faith bleeds this realm dry.
Commander Gray looks at you guys and is like, I can just take someone's name. What's literally one of you? What's your first name?
The
it's not gonna be
kilometers.
me.
Calls for kilometers.
What? I heard my name.
We'll be
Serenity only has one name. Take hers.
Yeah, perfect.
Commander Gray stares directly at you, Serenity.
Serene.
Name?
Sure.
Serenity?
Serenity.
Great. Last name?
There is
I
none.
did.
Fuck.
Alright. Sure, that'll work. Alright, I'm gonna call you guys Serenity's group. Or if you want, I could just call you Serenity.
That's
Sure.
fun.
That's fine. We'll go be called
Great.
Serenity.
It's
Go ahead and,
like,
Looking over at Magnus. Purveyors of justice.
You know what? I came up with it on the spot. I
Oh,
don't see
I
you
think
doing
it's
any
charming.
better.
Justice is fun. I like justice.
Go ahead and go stand on where everybody else is standing, and you see the rest of the teams are being told to gather on a on top of the giant, like 30-foot radius magical circle that has been carved into the streets in this huge square.
Yeah,
This
Satina's not
definitely
on the
won't kill
server,
us.
Do you know that?
What?
You're not
No,
on
I'm
the
here.
server?
It says she connected, she just hasn't picked her
Oh,
character
there
yet.
you go.
Yeah, no, sorry. That was my bad. I'm
Okay.
kind of...
Miles,
So,
Miles, what do you think? the
do you
circle
guys
does?
go stand on the circle?
Do
While
we-
we're
I'm
walking
sorry,
over, while we're
couldn't
walking
hear
over, while we're walking over, I'm gonna lean over to Miles. Miles, any idea what the circle does?
The circle? Well, it would likely be for a ritual. I mean, it's a good shape for that. But, I do not know. Is it arcane in nature? Can I do a check? Arcane?
Yeah, go ahead and make it.
Can I help him since I'm also looking?
You guys like this music I'm playing right now?
What the fuck?
Yeah. Dude, I love it.
This is gonna like teleport us Hunger Games style into an arena.
Oh, wait, no. Hold on. You weren't supposed to sit out. Not like that. I think you know what
Funny,
I rolled,
funny.
though. It's 14. It's 21. Oh, no, 20.
Why'd you roll
Fun.
2?
He added them together instead of rolling at advantage.
30
Great.
points.
So, you guys, you kind of look and study, and it's an extremely intricate and huge circle. Like, this took the past, 5 days pretty much straight to create, which is probably why when you guys saw the court wizard, you looked the way he did.
Yes. I was definitely
Um,
thinking that the court wizard made this.
And as it's also the whole thing. It's carved into the street, like carved, right? And there's all of the grooves are filled with a small little layer of water. It's just running through them all, like running water.
Sorry, water? What do you mean fucking water? You can't just say water. Water's bad for us now.
That's a bad word now, sadly.
I just says it how I sees it.
Immediately see a bunch of guardians start beating the shit out of the lake.
Alright, we're gonna stand far away from the water then.
So
On the
you
other
guys
side.
find yourselves standing around, and as you can't stand far away from the water, it permeates the entire sigil.
I start floating.
You're fine. You've got the armor of Agatha.
You wait there for another 15 minutes, and as you
In the air, right?
as the final few people start to get checked in, and it
Yeah.
ticks towards 11. And as it gets there, you see that there's a small podium set up, and the king himself eventually arrives with a large armed guard, as is his wont. and his son is also there in his cavalcade. You see his son is kind of being is a little bit off to the side, separate from all of them, and you see that trailing with him are a number of like just like servants and things like that, but also really, really close to him, there's standing an extremely nondescript man, who has a longsword on his back and just is covered in daggers, as well as he has a glove on that has this like glistening jewel, and you can only presume that is the personal bodyguard of the crown prince.
We like this man.
The one who messaged you the previous day. You see that in his small group of servants, kind of staying nondescript and acting like he's doing something while talking to the prince, is your little brother. It appears that this is their way of not announcing to everybody that the crown prince is in a relationship, while also letting him get his way and have his boyfriend at the tournament. So that's that. You see Aiden standing there in the royal procession.
Oh shit!
And,
no, they just became official.
As they get there, you see the king steps up to this thing, and next to him is the vaguely tired-looking, blue robe-clad court wizard, Salem. And as they step up the dais to where they can kind of give a speech, you see there is this quiet that spreads over the group, and the court wizard who has a staff taps it lightly, and there's this small glow, and you see a glow appear in the king's throat, and when he speaks, it booms out across over the crowd.
Thaumaturgy.
Welcome, one and all. Dear subjects, I welcome you to this great event, and I ask that we welcome our foreign visitors from around the world, as well as our foreign competitors. And he motions to everybody. And you see that the crowd kind of starts to cheer a little bit. And you see that there are, in fact, lots of people here who are from other places. There's, like I said, there's Goliaths. One of the Goliaths even has a gnome sitting on his shoulder, who appears to be trying to sell some gnomish trinket to a pack of fascinated children that crowd around them. In another area, you spot, actually, now that you're looking out over everything from the central point, you spot a small group of elves in tribal clothing. They keep their distance from everybody else, but they seem to be looking on in interest. And, Marine, you see those Triton again, and now that they see you up here standing with all the competitors, they're all watching you with curiosity.
I slip to the back of the crowd.
So you guys are standing in this crowd. There's probably 10 or 20 teams here.
Actually,
you know what I mean?
Scratch that. I hide behind whoever's the biggest member of the party.
That'd be probably Robert or Paxon.
Probably Robert.
I hide behind both Robert and Paxon.
Oh shit!
This is what you're supposed to do in combat. Is hide behind us.
I have a question.
The king continues to speak.
What's up, Denny?
When do I come into this?
In a second.
Never.
The king continues to speak. No doubt, you have all been waiting with bated breath to find out just what we have in store for you. And he smiles out slightly towards the court wizard who's standing by his side. It seems some rumors have been spreading about the nature of our challenge. You see,
Ooh, he's gonna
our
sacrifice
very-
us all immediately.
talented new court wizard, Salem, has come forth with an ancient ritual designed to test the mettle of adventurers and heroes from years past. Today, we will embrace these traditions of the past and use this same process to choose our champions of today.
Is this the one that was powered by
He pauses again as the crowd cheers loudly, deafeningly, filling the city. You guys, from your position, you start to see the Talons of Justice have arrived at the back end of the crowd and are starting to move through it, presumably using their ability to detect things, to search for the beasts. As they move through the crowd, everything is calm still. The king says, "Now then," and he turns to address the competitors. "You will have 1 week to escape the trial of kings and return to us. The first to leave will be the victors."
So we do it in 24 hours.
Yeah, like I
is
said.
what I'm hearing.
Dude, yeah, 24-hour King's Trial Challenge? Hell yeah.
Done by lunch.
Speedrunning.
Done
So
by
it's-
lunch.
Now then, if
What
any of
happens to
you,
everyone who doesn't win?
if any of you wish
Good
to
question.
withdraw from the competition, I warn you, your death is possible. We will do our best to prevent it. While you are in the challenge, you may simply speak the words, "I retire," to be transported safely to the medical ward in my castle.
Huh.
You can also
fake, but
retire
okay.
somebody else if they are incapacitated
What were the
and
words?
you are close enough.
I retire.
retire.
I
Right.
retire.
Wait, but
Nice.
then can't we just say I retire first and be the first ones out?
No, Marine. You.
You have to pass the trials.
Anyway, I do fear that retiring may lead to expiring. So
This
we wanna keep
is
that to yourself.
this is the closest we've been able to get to making this completely safe. Unfortunately, the risk of death still exists, which is why I pose to you now an opportunity to withdraw. And you can see a small group of people walk off of the circle.
What do they look like? Just adventuring types?
Just kind of mercenaries,
Not humans, for
motley
sure.
crew.
Yeah.
There are some humans, there are some tieflings that leave. These are just people who don't seem to have been completely prepared. Emilia,
Yes.
if you choose to leave now, let me know, and you will not participate in the tournament.
Nah, it's okay, I'll stay.
Okay.
Nah, man, it's cool.
Daddy wants
Would
to
you like
play.
to play D&D tonight? Yes.
So, he says, "Very well. Brace yourselves. The trial of kings begins."
Oh no.
Oh, this is exceptionally foolish.
And
Music's
with
great,
that,
though.
the court wizard Salem taps his staff loudly, and there's this deafening boom as he does so. And you see the water starts to run quickly through all of the channels that have been carved into the ground in this square. And there's this powerful, bright blue glow. And you start to feel the ground rumble underneath you as slowly pushing you guys harmlessly out, so that you are all standing in a large circle around it, rises this stone obelisk tower made of these blue bricks, just slowly rising. It rises to be a height of nearly 120 feet tall. The king speaks. The entrance to the trials is there. They have already begun. And you see some of a large crowd of the Orcish people you see start to slam their picks and pittons into the wall and start to climb. And you see all the other teams distracted and awestruck as people start to climb up. And suddenly you see these flying crystal machinations start fly out from somewhere hidden in the crowd and start to float around each one of you. And you realize that these are the scrying things that were created by the artificers to broadcast these events. As these
Nice,
huge,
they're gonna put us on the Jumbotron!
Hunger Games.
these huge crystal mirrors appear so that everyone in the city can watch. It appears to have been a massive magical undertaking. But time is short and people are already climbing. Members of Serenity, what are you doing?
Well,
Getting real serene up in this bitch. Sorry.
I'm gonna drink my potion of climbing.
Okay. You can remove that from your inventory, and I'm not sure how long it lasts, but probably a while.
An hour.
Yeah, so I just had to grab a plate of food. So you said there's a big 120 feet tall something that we gotta climb?
Yes.
yeah, that's the opening to it. And we're all just deciding what we want to do then. Robert's gonna turn to everybody and be like, well, I suppose there's not much to say other than who dares wins.
Paxson speaks a short
I'm
prayer in
useless.
Draconics.
Serenity understands it.
Yeah.
I've also got a hammer and piton. I can give
Yeah,
someone
same.
to try to help climb.
I still
Hey,
have
toss
my
me the
smithing
hammer.
hammer. Should we need it?
Maybe.
Toss me the hammer and I'm good.
Go here.
Marine, could you just climb up and throw a rope over for us?
Yeah, probably.
Yes, Marine. How tall? Sorry, how tall is it?
120 feet.
Ah,
Give
excellent.
me a rope.
I have the
how about
spider
4?
climb.
I also have a potion of climbing
Maybe save
on
the
right
potion
now.
in case we need it later. since
She already drank it.
always helps.
All right,
Oh.
here's
That's
I
fine.
give
I already said I
Serenity.
drank it.
I give Serenity 100 feet of hempen rope, and I give. And you said you have the pittons already, yeah?
Yeah, and I tie off my 50 feet to Robert's 100 feet.
Yeah.
And then I start to run up the side of the
Okay.
obelisk and
I
place
need Serenity and
pittons.
Marine to both roll athletics checks to try to get to the top of the pillar before
Athletics
anybody
or
else on the other teams.
acrobatics?
Acrobatics
Well, hold
will
on.
work
What
too.
do we talk? Why would we do that? We got the Cloak of Arachnida, and
Yeah.
she's got Potion of Spider Climb.
This is for running, I think.
For
Oh,
getting
is
to
it
the
just-
top.
You're just. Does
Yeah,
both of those things not let
yeah.
you just walk on walls?
No,
Well,
they do.
I mean, it's kind of like, Dan, like, you made me do an athletic check to run up a staircase. So it's
It is.
kinda like
So
you
it's a
can
sprint
push
then.
them.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, and I'm going up and I'm trying to so, you said acrobatics would George?
Yeah, acrobatics would work too.
Hey, take my guidance.
Oh, she don't even need it. Let's
So,
see,
You
guys.
good.
you
And
guys
I'm-
watch as your
I'm
two
attaching
more.
the rope for the rest of the party to climb up.
You guys watch as your two more acrobatic party members sprint. Marine, literally, because of the power of her cloak, sprints up the side, disobeying all laws of gravity. You watch Serenity scramble up hand and foot as fast as she can, as you see these little rough suction cup like bits of skin have appeared on her fingertips, and she
Gross.
drags herself quickly up. They both make it up at nearly the same time and start to work together to hammer in a piton and lower a rope to you guys. You said it was 100 feet of rope, right?
I had 100. She has 50. So we're gonna tie
Yeah,
them
so
together
it's
to make the
it's 150 feet of rope.
Okay, so you lower a rope all the way to the bottom. Meanwhile, as you guys are looking to your left and right, you see a young man wearing a bright blue robe, not the Archwizard Salem. He pulls out a large jug of water, and out of it he draws a length of water and creates 2 ice picks out of and freezing the water into form and starts to pull himself up. On the other side, you see the orcs have started all tying each other to each other and are climbing up as a group.
Yes,
So-
I've
so
seen
when-
Game of Thrones.
When one of them falters, they can help each other. You see a young elven woman simply finding handholds and scrambling, or half-elven woman, finding handholds and scrambling her way up. Okay, now I need the rest of the party to make athletics checks to climb up now. With
Robert-
advantage,
Dan,
Robert would like to be
Dan.
last.
with advantage because of the rope, and the DC is lowered.
Hey, is acrobatics really that bad?
Acrobatics doesn't work for pulling yourself up a rope.
I was also gonna say,
Wait.
George, that while I have the potion, I'm running up and down and trying to help as much as I can.
Wait. Am I rolling too? Yes.
Emilia, you're finding your own way up currently. You're literally
Okay.
about to enter the story. 5 minutes.
Alright.
George, Robert would like to be the last one to go up, and he's gonna tie the end of the rope off around his waist so that it comes up with him and nobody starts climbing behind them.
Good thinking, because that's actually exactly what I was
Ooh,
about
good
to do.
idea. And that
We're
would
gonna
always
need that. We
help.
can't give away all our rope right now. We need some of our rope, at least.
So yeah, you guys, has everybody made their check?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's supposed to be a plus 6, so 22 for Robert.
Okay.
Also,
the
this way,
DC
hopefully I
for
can catch
climbing
somebody
up is a 10 at the
Oh,
moment
thank God.
because of the rope and Serenity helping you guys and everything. So, despite some difficulties, Miles falters at one point and actually starts to fall backwards, and Serenity reaches down, one of her hands sticking so she doesn't have to hold herself on with both, and grabs your arm and pulls you back up to the rope.
Thank you.
I mean, that's helpful, but I didn't know tieflings could do that. Oh, no, that's the potion of sticking. My bad. Never mind. Go ahead.
That's like a Robert comment.
As you guys are climbing up, you finally make it to the top, and you see that a few other teams have made it. But the top of the tower is completely flat. It's made. It has this brick-like structure, but there's no apparent entrance. You guys are the first team up, but there's no obvious way in.
Shit, guys, we didn't bring pass wall.
Shit. All right.
Wait, I'm sorry,
pack it in,
did
boys.
you get in?
George,
Sorry.
once we're all up, I want to recover my hammer and the pins and stuff and give Robert his rope back. So, like,
Okay.
we have all our material still.
Yeah, you pull it out a little bit, and you watch as you pull the pin out of the brickwork. The bricks heal themselves behind.
Oh, that's unsettling.
Oh,
So now we're
right.
currently standing on a plateau. Is that correct?
You're standing at the top of a 120-foot tall circular perfect circle cylinder, and it's flat up here. There's brickwork that makes up the top of it, but there's no obvious door or trap door up here.
Can I, like, go around hitting it with my staff to see if anything sounds hollow?
Make an investigation check.
I'm not good at these.
Guidance.
Oh, thanks.
And maybe advantage as well, whatever.
I mean, if I'm allowed to
Someone
do
else
that,
can
sure.
too. Yeah.
Oh, so I get to roll
Oh,
again.
wait, I can help.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
roll-
roll advantage.
Well,
It does not
Okay,
matter.
well,
15.
15.
So
That's
as
not
you're
terrible for me.
as you're knocking about, Emilia, you suddenly come over the corner. You've climbed up just by like grit, and you see this group of people knocking around. And at your goal in the tournament right now is to get into the tower. And you see Serenity as you push your stick down. One of the bricks starts to and flip slightly.
Okay.
We've got
It
something here.
flips.
Yeah, it's
Do
on
I
a
want to try
swivel.
to? Do
What's
I
on
want
the
to try
other
to
side
flip
of
the
it?
rest of them? Yeah. What's on the other side?
You see a little bit of metal in a steep slope and nothing. Darkness.
Serenity, you
What
found
do you?
it, right?
What did you find, Serenity?
The stone flipped.
So,
And George, explain what just happened again with the stone.
There's an opening. It's like a trap door.
Got
The brick pushes down a little bit, and it can
Is it enough to fit in?
yeah, you could fit a person in there.
Let's go.
wow, those are some big bricks.
Yeah.
All right,
How
never mind.
far down? How
Hey,
can I how far down does it look?
You can't see very far. It's just a slope,
what
and
I
it goes
do-
off so where the sunlight
What I
can't light
do,
it
I
up.
immediately I whip it out.
Oh wait.
I reach into
Whip
my
what
bag
out
and I take-
exactly?
Yeah, right. I reach into my bag and I take out the drift globe.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say George, Devil Sight. What do I see?
You can see a little bit farther than everybody else, but it's just a long sloping like slide almost.
Nice.
Oh, we didn't come this far to be
Wait,
scared
so-
of a fall into the inevitable death.
So it's just a slide.
Oh, by the way, you guys noticed that a half-elven
What?
woman has walked up behind you.
Uh,
I push her off. No, I'm kidding.
Looking back, immediately
You're
when I get to the
athletics? I
top,
don't think so.
I'm gonna turn around, look back at the half elf, and say, ladies first.
You also see that a couple of other teams are starting to make it to the top. If you guys don't take this opportunity, everyone will know where the guard
Okay,
is.
so I
Go,
slide
go,
down.
go, go, go.
I slide down the slide.
Ah, hell if the
Yeah,
whole time.
I slide down.
Okay.
And
Serenity jumps in, followed closely by this half-elven stranger who leaps in and goes sliding down the slope with her.
I will activate slow fall at some point if I need to.
Go, go, go.
You're not technically falling, so
Okay, good.
It's a slide.
Yeah.
You slide. Very slide.
Does everyone else go down the slide with me, or
Yeah,
did I just
yeah.
go by
Yeah.
myself?
You know
Robert
what?
will be the last to go down from our group.
Okay, sure. As you guys each jump down, Robert, as you're jumping, you just barely see one of the other team members start to peek his head over the top as you can hear the brick slide shut behind you.
Well then,
So everyone
That's
else is gonna have to find it. So
So I'm
Yes.
going to share a map with you guys in a second.
did the half elf come with us?
Yeah, I'm
she
here
came
with
right
you.
behind me.
Gotcha,
She's near the front of our group.
gotcha.
Oh, is that Amelia?
What? No.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
I wasn't sure if it was a different. I wasn't sure if George said a different woman came up besides Amelia.
Oh, perhaps you don't know. Yeah, in Mattia, we don't give half. We don't give half.
Actually, it's Amelia. You know, with an A. You know, stop it,
Amelia.
Amelia.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Jesus.
Amelia. Okay. Amelia.
Well,
No,
you
I'm
haven't said
kidding,
your
I'm
name to them
kidding.
yet. But as you guys
Oh, she kidding me?
as you guys go sliding down, you see a light start to appear. But each of you also feels, obviously you're sliding down the slide rather quickly, but you also feel this strange sensation, this like this thrumming feeling, like you've just moved to a place in a different way than physically.
Oh, like maybe
Oh, we
we
can
changed
cross
plane.
like a
lane.
pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Oh, look,
Oh.
Paxton, where he belongs.
Slide an Astral Dreadnought now.
So,
Trial Tower 5.
Paxon where he belongs.
as you guys slide, you fall down into this area and are forced to move as more and more people slide in with you. And as you move, and as the last of you, as Robert slides down from the ceiling, the brickwork that formed the slide suddenly slams up behind you, and you find yourself standing in this corridor. It's pitch black in here. A quiet settles over you as you start to wipe off bits of dust that have gotten on you as you were sliding. And you can each hear, and those of you who don't have dark vision anyway, people's feet scrabbling around as you shift. The ground here seems to be made out of like a sandy gravel, and a salty smell fills your nose.
Yeah,
Okay,
we just have
so-
too many humans in this party to not have a light, so I'm gonna go click on the drift globe.
I was
I
about
can
to
only
say,
see darkness if it's underwater for some
So,
reason.
I also need
the little globe that Miles has floats up suddenly and lights up with this faint whir. And it sorry, not whir, but like whistle, like wind blowing through a small hole, you know, like. And it lights up and fills the area with light. And you see that the walls here are made of this strange blue brick that's like aquamarine color. And like I said, you all smell salt, and you faintly hear a rattling noise coming from inside the walls that you assume to be the machinations of this tower you've just entered.
so what do we see? What do I see being at the front of the group?
At
Down
the-
this corridor.
In front of you, you see an iron door, which is strange. It has this like crank on it, like it could open up into the ceiling.
Oh,
But it's currently shattered and broken, and there appears to be something jamming the mechanism as the door is like just slightly crooked in the way it sits in its casing.
I relay that back to Miles being the smart man that he is.
So you said there was a door. Is that the thing that's down the hallway from Serenity?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a door which looks like it can't open.
Yeah.
Well,
Well.
not much I can do about that. Well, other than breaking it down. But I think you said it was metal. Yeah.
Well, it's broken, the door, so maybe you
Oh.
could fix its mechanism.
Yeah.
And that would...
All right, Kate.
And is there-
do your stuff?
But I keep mentioning you guys are now standing in this hallway with this half-elven woman you've never met.
Yeah.
Serenity, who the heck are you?
Oh yeah, is she talking
Marine
to
draws
us?
her daggers.
Emilia, you found your moment of opportunity and dove in here. You found this entrance that this other group of people found, but now you're standing in very tight quarters with them, and it doesn't look like the group is moving. So it becomes pretty obvious that you're the stranger here. And as everybody's eyes rest on you, what are you doing?
This will be just a minute. Let's all get to know each other. Mending.
It looks like it's beyond the ability of the mending spell to fix this
And Kate.
complex mechanism.
Jenny, you
Yeah,
were
I'll
saying?
make Kate do her repair protocol. But yeah, go right ahead.
Sabule, you can call me.
Sorry, what?
Say again?
You broke up, Denny. Say that again.
Amelia Sabule, you can call me.
Amelia
Amelia.
Sabule.
Why are you here?
All right, Amelia. Were you with another group?
I was alone.
Ah,
Wild question. I don't mean to bother you. You haven't seen anything odd in town, right? You haven't drinking anything strange. No bad gut reactions. Right, Paxon? I'm sorry. I meant Amelia.
No. I was.
Okay. right. Okay, well, let's get somewhere a little bit more convenient to talk before we do that. How does that sound?
Yes, of course.
Miles, did you say there's a door up there?
Yeah, Kate is working on it at the moment. What do we got, Kate?
Kate pushes through the crowd, jostling each of you into the wall slightly. the little mechanical arms come out.
Oh, that's my dog. She don't bite.
Well, no, that's not.
Amelia, you see this robotic-looking animal walk past you suddenly, pushing past you in the tight hallway. It seems to be made of leather and steel, and it's in the shape of a dog. You've never seen anything like it.
What is this?
Oh, well, this is Kate. Kate doesn't bite. 9 does. But we'll get to that. It'll be fine. It also opens fixed doors.
Okay. As long as it doesn't hurt me, I'm okay.
Hurt you unless you hurt us. Please don't hurt us.
I won't. Not right now.
So, Kate walks up to the door in front of you.
I heard that.
Kay walks up to the door in front of you, coming out of its back are these many little repair arms that go and kind of look over the door, and you hear a slight welding noise, and then you hear as a piece of metal is pried out of a place that it was stuck, and the door, suddenly having nothing holding it up of its broken lock mechanism, slams into a slot in the ground and is no longer there.
Oh, well, lovely.
Nice.
Well done.
Haha.
Let's get in there.
I bet the king didn't take into account that you had this weird dog.
It's odd that this existed, to be completely honest.
As you guys look inside of this room that has just opened up, you spot you see the first thing you notice is that the entire room is filled with water. It's a drop down, and there appears to be nothing but a very low ceiling inside.
Crap.
Oh,
Maureen, can you roll an intelligence check? Or actually a history check.
History.
Yeah, I don't like that. Drowning is something like
Is our road regularly?
Wait, can I roll a history check?
You can, go ahead and you can do it too if you like.
I guess that means she's a character.
She's smart.
It's not working. Why?
She's smart.
So you
There we
should be
go.
able to drag.
No, wait, there we go. I got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Find out if they're smart.
Hey.
Good enough.
Ooh, that's nice. That's nice.
Is
So,
the map freaking out
um,
for anyone
nice.
else, or is it just me?
Just you.
Not freaking
Yeah,
out.
it's not. It's fine.
Marine, as you kind of run your fingers on this wall, it seems vaguely familiar, and then Amelia, who's right next to you, sees you doing this, and this stroke of realization comes to you, Amelia, as you're like, oh, we're in like an ancient Triton ruin or something. That's why there's water and sand all over the place.
Good. I have to say that.
Ah, good catch. Good catch.
There we go.
Paxson and
So-
Serenity, you guys recall reading in the book that the way the trials are formed are that they scout the whole world for dangerous locations when they build the tower. So you could have challenges from any number of places in this place.
Well, what kind of things can we expect to find here?
Amelia and Marine, the two of you both are like, the things you think of are like, possibly you could find Kuatoa, which are the ancestral enemies of the Triton. They're these little fish people. Or any number of things that have moved in since this place was abandoned.
Well, no,
I want to
boulders,
see if there's any other ways to go than this room.
Ah, you mean like this pathway that Paxson has been standing next to?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that that's going through this room isn't our only option.
Okay.
It's okay, Paxson. I'm with you.
Oh, thanks,
So-
bud. Here, let's walk down this hallway.
Yeah, so I follow them down that hallway.
Hey, get out
Oh,
of here.
no, I was
Magnus is
joking.
Fucking fine.
Can I have DS, Trish?
Dia.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a second door leading to the same place.
Incredible. Hey, Magnus.
Yeah.
Hey, get out of here.
Serenity said she was looking.
Get out of here.
It's literally the second door to the same place.
Does this door work?
Do you try it?
Yeah.
It is locked.
Well, you've got two options then. You've got the marine option and you've got the Robert option. Take your pick.
What does that mean?
Means
It
Robert's
means
gonna
no
walk
door
around.
or no lock.
Oh, I think maybe Marine could.
Let's start with marine, and
yes,
if that doesn't
yeah.
go well, I'll help out.
What is it? Sleight of hand, I believe.
It's
To
a different
lockpick it?
proficiency.
It's
yeah.
a thieves'
Plus-
tools check.
Are you an expert with thieves' tools, or
Wait,
are
are
you?
we just abandoning this room over
No,
here?
I just it would be the same as my sleight of hand, so I'm just gonna.
It should be
roll
the same, yeah. Then.
Hey.
Okay.
Nice.
You stick your tools into this small lock structure, which it would normally be totally alien to you, but this is the kind of lock that they use in Triton Kingdom, so you recognize it. And as you kind of move your picks around in it, you hear a light, and then the mechanism of the door kind of rotates slightly, and it seems like you could push it down to make it go into the floor.
I push it down and then run the fuck backwards behind everybody else.
I'll step forward.
Okay. As you push down the door, I need to.
Ew, you're close to me.
It's okay. Let me help
Get
with
off
this.
my
Let me help.
Ah, why is everyone on top of me now?
There we go. Ah!
It's
put
just
me
a
there.
dog
Marine,
pile.
what's your armor class?
15.
As you push down the door, you barely, and you move back, you barely avoid this guillotine blade that comes down from the ceiling as you move the door, and it just stops and lands, and then it also slides into the same slot in the ground as the door does, disappearing from sight.
Didn't check for traps.
Alright, so perhaps we should be wary of traps in the future.
Marine, you gotta do the roguey thing.
This is fine.
All right.
Wait,
Well,
is this the same room?
Yes.
It looks like,
Yeah.
honestly, it's another room full to the brim with water, so you can't really tell.
Oh,
Call
I'm
across.
gonna go search.
Hey, are you? Do I see a fish jump into the pond?
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
You see Marine.
Okay, I
Dive in.
step out. Well, now what was wrong?
You're in water right now. You're in, like, really deep water.
deep. Oh,
This is fine.
Hashtag deep.
It
I
goes
still-
down, like, 10 feet.
oh,
So, George, I still have my potion of climbing, so I'm just gonna not
Hey.
pack. I'm gonna like get up on the wall and kind of come out into the room to make room for more people in the hallway. But I'm like on the wall right now.
Is there
we
anything
haven't
on the
had
ceiling?
more-
Yeah, is there anything on the ceiling?
You look at the ceiling. You don't see anything on the ceiling, but on the wall here, you see some runes. Marine, you're underwater, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of things I need to resolve, so hang on a second. Serenity, make a perception check. Marine, you also make a perception check. Serenity, yours is a disadvantage. Actually, no, it's not, because Miles is looking in through the other door, so it's right. Never mind.
I just cut out.
So Amelia, how'd you end up at these trials? It's a strange place to be.
I was trained by my father, and this is my way to prove myself.
Oh, nice, nice.
Serenity, you see
Choose the
something
word
written on
away.
the wall in scratches, in a language you don't recognize, unless. What languages can you read?
The Draconic and Infernal.
Okay, yeah, it's a language you don't recognize.
What did he train you in? We've got a. Oh, sorry.
Marine, did you roll perception?
No, I cut out and didn't hear what you said.
Oh, that's okay, you can roll perception now.
Alright. Oh no.
No.
Oh no!
You don't see
Very
shit.
bad.
It's a fucking duck in here.
You can't see much in the murky water. You're kind of trying to,
Being
look around for something in here, but you don't really see. And, suddenly,
Fuck.
you are
Yeah, well,
alerted as you feel something slide past you really quickly in the water.
Fuck.
Is everything
Marine,
alright?
what's going on?
Marine swims
Something
back
moves
to...
through the dark and slides up against you, and then
Nope,
it moves
nope,
away.
nope.
Robert will
Marine,
run
are
up.
you back.
alright?
Am I in combat or can I?
Well, you're underwater currently, so
How far
I'm
down
gonna,
is she?
Oh, right.
go
But
cast
can I
arcane
see
weapon.
where she is in the water?
it's pretty like
I'm
murky water,
underwater.
so you can't see super clearly. Make a perception check.
George, is there anything on the ceiling?
There's nothing on the ceiling. There's
I
just
think-
some stalactites.
Yeah, and I just throw out Robert and Miles, who are the residents. who are
Inside of the
peacekeepers,
water,
on
you
the
see
wall.
Marines suddenly. You see Marines just faint silhouette jerk suddenly in panic.
How far down is she from me?
Marine is probably like 5 feet deep into the water, but
Can
it's
I like throw my swing my staff into the wall? Or spook?
you may not be able to. You might end up hitting her accidentally. Is the issue because you're not seeing super clearly right now.
No,
Marine,
step
what are you
on
doing?
George.
Are you just down there?
I'm retreating back to this part.
Robert
Okay.
will help her up if he has to.
Yeah.
You feel something as you start to go away again. Slide past you.
So wait,
really
so
glad
can
I
I,
George,
can I step forward and like see if I has what it is?
Yeah, you can try to look into the water. Everybody's looking into the water right now, I think. But
Okay, so we're playing one of these games. Arcane weapon.
go ahead and peer into the water, Amelia. Amelia seems to push you guys past, and so make a perception check.
and while she's doing that, George, can you remind me like how much room is there of air between
Nice.
going in the
Good at
water?
Perception? Could this be?
There's like, there's probably like 3 or 4 feet. You're pretty crouched up there on the wall. You're partially in the water because there's not much ledge.
Okay, cool.
Amelia, as you peer in, you see something get closer and closer to Serenity.
Okay.
Underwater. She doesn't appear to be currently seeing it. It's some kind of
So-
long serpentine creature.
Can I heal?
And
No.
I'm on guard after seeing Marine spooked by something down there.
Dodge action.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So the arcane weapon was lightning. By the way, if you're curious, I think I'm about to stir the soup.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Serenity, coming out of the water, you see a fast blue shape. You only see it for half a second, and you manage to dodge it out of the way. And you just see the glint of teeth and blue scales as something out of the water and misses you just barely. Everybody roll initiative. You all identify that there's an enemy.
I was about to say, can I hit it before we get into initiative?
Wait, how do I do that again? I gotta wait.
So go to
It's
go to
on
your
it's on the
front
main
sheet.
page of your sheet.
You ever
Right
roll
next to the little shield icon.
Cool.
Oh
She got
man,
it. Okay.
fastest fighter in the West.
Pew pew.
With that -1.
Yeah, baby.
What happened?
All right,
Okay.
let's see party sheet.
So the issue is you
Not
guys still
party
haven't
sheet,
found the
combat.
beast.
Haven't what?
You don't know
Found
what
it.
it is or where it is, really. So,
Is Amelia supposed to have 7 wound?
wound?
Yeah.
Did she put it in the wrong slot?
No,
Wait,
she's
no,
not.
she.
You're supposed to have, oh no, you're not supposed to have 8 temporary hit points either. Never mind.
No, because she wasn't there for inspiring leader.
Sad.
So there we go. Amelia, so this is the turn order. Serenity, something just tried to attack you from the water. What are you doing?
Before it gets away from me, I'm gonna take a swing at it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Can I, since I have the potion of climbing, can I do a two-handed staff?
Let me read what the potion of climbing does.
It's a climbing speed equal to my walking speed.
So guys, what do we think? Do we want
I
to
I don't
launch
think
a radar
so.
across this thing? Just swing
You'll
across
have to
the
tread
road?
water if you want to do that, which means your attack will be at disadvantage.
Okay, and then I'm gonna single-hand the staff. There's nothing in the combat tracker for me to target. Is that on purpose? So I just make the attack?
Try to hit it.
Nice.
And then
So you swing
I'm
your quarterstaff with a loud smack into the water, but don't find purchase on anything.
And then I'm gonna just kind of kick into the water. Unarmed strike.
Okay.
What the fuck? I can't
Again, you
shit.
kick out and splash, but nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
That's pretty much the end of your ability to do the stuff. Robert, you're standing right behind Amelia as you see this break out, and you realize you can act.
Yeah. How high is the ceiling in this room?
The ceiling is like 3 or 4 feet above the water level.
Okay. Cool. All right. So then Robert will go and pull out a javelin, and he's going
What?
spearfishing.
Yeah.
Look out, see if he can find it.
Okay. You don't have to roll disadvantage because it's a ranged attack.
Cool.
Except you
can I
don't
see
exactly
it, though?
know where you're aiming.
Yeah,
is
I was
the-
gonna say,
Yeah.
can I see it?
Make a perception check.
You can do it.
I believe. I shouldn't have believed.
You see nothing in the water.
Can I have DS now, please? I kind of need him.
Oh yeah, sure. If you want, Diaz can help you, and you can do. But that'll obviously be his help action there.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if I can't see it, I can't hit it anyway, so. It was much better.
Unfortunately, you just can't see the creature.
Alright, I'm gonna hold my action then to throw a javelin if I see it.
Okay.
And that'll be the
Have
end of
a
my
plan.
turn.
Miles,
How
you have
horrifying.
you have a chance to act.
Alright, well, hopefully this shall bring this to light. Light. So I get a candle shopping. I'm gonna put this my sword in the water and channel shocking grasp into it. See if maybe it'll make him visible at the very least.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
It is a lightning sword too. Hey, hey.
Seeing this,
As-
I'm gonna try to get as much of myself out of the water as I can.
As Miles does this, you see a light glow faintly from his sword, and all of you see in the water this enormous scaled shape. It has a long neck, and some razor sharp rows of teeth inside of it, and its body is made of this kind of like long, thick part with like 4 fins. A scaled creature.
Alright, he can die.
Can I see him yet?
Oh, that's gross.
Everybody can now see him, so you
Alright.
can take your held action attack.
So it's gonna be.
I can't fight with. By the way, the
Oh, I should
Hey.
put on
in-water
combat music
fighting.
on.
There you are.
Combat music, everyone. I'll take care of
Yeah.
it.
I mean, only if you want to.
I hit
Oh
him.
shit! Holy fuck!
Good
Yeah,
job.
you extra hit him. Good work.
So yeah, I'll just go and throw that into him.
And now
then,
we can at least see it because the javelin's sticking out of it.
Oh, and quick little question here. I don't really know the fighting in water stats, but I think you're still allowed to do unarmed attacks and stuff fine, right? But just not.
If you don't have a swimming speed, melee attacks are made a disadvantage. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
A creature that doesn't have a swimming speed has disadvantage on the attack roll unless the weapon is a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident. And a ranged weapon attack automatically misses beyond the weapon's normal range.
Alright, how about teeth? Do teeth work?
What?
Teeth work.
You know,
K9.
or like a dog?
Well, actually, do you have a swimming speed?
Unlikely.
Then no.
She'll have disadvantage on the attack.
You didn't waterproof her before coming in here?
Ah, that's waterproof. You're fine.
So that was your action to do that, right? So
Yeah. So I guess.
yeah. Amelia, you watch as the cute automaton dog you saw earlier suddenly morphs into this metallic creature as metal plates slide out of it, and it gets a lot less cute. You assume this is what he means when he meant K9 instead of K8. As it dives into the water and seems to be growling and barking at the same time.
Let's get
Okay.
that disadvantage. Very
Oh,
good.
sad day.
You see K8 claw and bite desperately at this creature as it tries to remain K9 as it tries to remain above the surface of the water, but it can't seem to do it.
Now, I mean, I'm not above my dog. You better believe I'm jumping in there too. I'm gonna help out my hound.
Great. You can't actually do anything this turn because you already used your
Yeah,
action. though.
but I'm gonna go in there. I'm not gonna make my dog take a beating for me.
Okay. Great. That's the end of your turn, yes?
Yep.
Marine,
Why?
you hear combat break out. You can't even see what's happening. What are you doing?
Fuck.
At least you're not at a disadvantage because you have a
got
swim
it.
speed.
4, 5. There we go. Okay, now I'm in the water.
And, Miles is in 5 feet, so yeah,
Where is it?
sneak attack.
Oh, actually.
If you get in melee with it.
I don't know if I want to.
Decisions. What's going on?
Move fast.
Alright, I will.
So, Marine dives into the water and swims effortlessly
That's my
through.
fish.
Marine, you have a natural swim speed, so you do not have disadvantage on your melee attacks.
Yeah.
Which is
And
good, because
I
you can't
get-
physically get sneak attack on disadvantage attacks.
Wait, that's damage. There we go.
Hey, you hit!
Hey!
For once. Okay, and where's sneak attack?
2d6.
Did it?
Hold on, guys. Let me cast
Go away?
Identify on it. I want to know what we're stabbing.
So, Marine, actually, as you get close to it and there's a little bit of light now in the water from where Miles is and the drift globe following him, you recognize this creature as one that you have had to fight, or at least have know about. These are creatures that are hunted by Triton to keep them away from their cities. It's called a Plesiosaurus.
Oh,
Isn't that what a
Plesiosaurus.
plesiosaurus?
You didn't
It
do
didn't,
damage.
but for some reason, sneak attack isn't on my character sheet anymore. I don't know why.
George, do 3 more damage to the creature if you haven't already?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
This thing.
There we go. So yeah, you stab it and its black blood floats in the water as it hisses at you.
Okay, that's weird.
It thrashes. The rest of you who are just looking at the surface of the water just see fins and tail and its long blue neck splash out of the water as Marine stabs it.
Hold on!
Okay, that's my.
That's the end of your turn, yeah?
Oh,
So-
yeah.
The monster looks at you in a rage, and it rears its neck back and goes to strike, kind of like an ancient cobra. Luckily for you, like I said, you've seen this creature and you know how it strikes. So you move out of the way just in time for its neck and its teeth to get inches away from Serenity before reaching their maximum length and turning back around to be upset at you. Magnus, you hear combat and splashing and some kind of horrible screeching.
Can I squeeze by everyone?
Yeah, you
You
can
can
move
move
your
your
allies, you
allies
just can't
tiles.
end in their space, which means you're diving in when you get to the end of that hallway.
Oh, that's unfortunate, but let's go.
So yeah, Magnus, you look and right as you're trying to stop at the edge, you realize there's no space for you, and you kind of into the ice cold water.
I
Yes.
just see people just wrestling with a large dinosaur.
And I take out the shield. The shield's out, but not the sword. And question: the sheet? How do I cast Eldritch Blast? Because there's an option that says cast. There's one that says attack. There's one that
Go with
says
the cast.
save.
You want to use the attack. After you target him, use the attack.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Do it!
Oh,
Oh.
how terrible.
Look
So
at
you
that
guys
close
watch
to
as
hit, though.
you guys watch as Magnus pulls back. This is particularly surprising to you, Amelia. This kind of seemingly normal boy, you know what I mean? He pulls back in his hand, and this purple longsword seems to appear as he throws it into the water, and it seems to not hit anything, but it just glows slightly before dissipating deep underwater.
Shit! Sorry. And then,
Amelia, what are you doing? You watch as
Okay.
this creature is wrestling these strangers you've just met in the water.
These guys are fucking
So,
freaks.
Run.
I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
Yeah!
the right
That's
down.
an adventurer right there.
Amelia executes a swan dive into the water, just like
I'm gonna go right there.
she
Goddamn
swims
perfect
towards the
half-elves.
creature.
I'm gonna use my short sword and just.
That's
Wait,
good
can I
because short
see?
swords are one of the weapons that aren't at disadvantage underwater.
Yeah. Can I? Is it possible to roll perception to see if I can see where he is?
You can see it.
Oh, I can. Okay, great,
It's-
cool.
it's
So I'm just
revealed.
gonna use my short sword and go at it.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah!
Do it!
So,
Like a true
control, click on the fish to target it.
Oh. Oops.
You know,
I
you're
taught
fine.
her this
We do that
already.
all the
She
time.
knows. Don't worry. It's fine. Everybody forgets to do that every once in a while.
Okay, wait,
but you know what? You
again,
can
or-
just go ahead. Let me see if that'll hit. Because you already rolled your attack, right?
You got
Yeah. So
14.
that 14 will just barely hit him as you swing your greatsword down into the water and feel it pierce hide. So you can just roll damage directly.
So the piercing.
Maggie, do you have javelins? Maggie. Oh god.
Or should I roll
javelins.
piercing?
Yeah, you rolled the short sword damage.
Nice.
You stab your sword down into its scaly hide, and you feel it start to slide off before you push it in, and this blood spreads out in the water, kind of covering you slightly in this black blood.
Okay, and then can I retreat or do it like a little bit, or is that not?
You can try to retreat. You've already used 5, 10. You've used 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet of your movement because it's double movement to move through water.
Oh.
So no, she
Wait,
doesn't really
on.
move. Are you? No, you're a half elf. Never mind.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just done.
You can don't forget you can make your unarmed strike against it. It'll be a disadvantage, but you can still try.
Okay.
Monk.
I'll do
Are you
that.
also a monk?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
We got
So, yeah, so okay, so I'll go for an unarmed strike on it.
Okay,
Fucking
so
yes.
roll your unarmed strike. At the bottom. Okay, roll another one and see if you hit. 'Cause you have to take the less of the 2.
Yeah.
It's disadvantage.
No, unfortunately, the water stops you from punching to your full effectiveness, and as you swing your hand down to try to get a purchase on it, you just can't seem to find it again.
So,
Okay.
Denny, in the bottom left of your screen, there's a little, like, things say, like, ADV and, like, DIS. Since the disadvantage and disadvantage, you can click that, it'll automatically roll it for you.
So, I think we can. It is the end of your turn, Amelia?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna pass it for you. Paxon. Yeah, everybody at this point except for Robert has dove into the water.
Paxon, do you have a javelin?
Yeah, of course.
Good, that'll work.
So I'll pull the javelin out and throw it at the creature here.
Are you
Please
telling me
don't
that there's
miss.
something Robert doesn't have?
Robert has javelins.
Oh,
Definitely
never
has
mind.
No, I meant I was
Oh,
gonna
shit,
give. I have 10 javelins.
That'll
that
hit.
hits.
So just target for damage.
There we go.
Freshman cooldown.
Oof.
So yeah, you watch as Paxon comes up and just yeets a javelin into the water, same as Robert. As another one lands in its flesh and sticks out of it, and it roars. It's like underneath the water. This creature. Anything else?
Our weapon throws at disadvantage in the water.
No. Ranged weapon attacks miss automatically if it's outside of their first range, but otherwise they're normal.
Well,
Okay.
specifically crossbows and javelins and shit like that.
And you can't use ranged in melee.
But also
You can
javelins.
use a javelin to stab in melee. It's also good there too. Javelins are
Yeah.
great underwater.
Oh,
They don't have any problems underwater. That's why I was asking if you had one, because you don't want to be swinging a longsword at this thing.
Hold on for a second.
Andrew.
What?
Andrew summoning a demon.
Nice. Alright, well Paxon jumps in the water to better protect his friends.
Great.
Yes,
Oh,
of
I'm a
course.
sub.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Great. Serenity, you've watched everybody dive in at this point to defend you after that thing came up and attacked you. What are you doing?
I'm
That's
back.
our freaky
Can
monster.
if I get fully in the water, can I do my two-handed swing?
Yeah, if you dive into the water, yeah.
I'm
Keep in
not
mind
good
it'll
at
be a
range.
disadvantage because it's a quarter staff.
Yeah. Actually, first I'm gonna pull out my sling and get advantage to attack off at there at least. And I'm gonna try to hit it with the sling.
Okay.
It's a monk weapon.
Incredible.
Nice.
Which means
Nice.
it does a D4.
Serenity,
damage is damage.
you guys, nobody's really looking, but you suddenly hear, and then a sling stone fly through the water and knock this thing on the head. Is it like, it's like, "Ah!"
Yes, I know David and Goliath. This is
So,
good.
and then after that, fuck it. I'm gonna dive in next to Marine and just fucking
Okay.
get a punch.
Marine, you see
So-
Serenity land in the water next to you. Yeah, as a matter of
Ew.
fact, Marine, you look around and you see almost your whole party has dove in to fight with you.
I'm
And
so
this
proud.
this strange mixture of like old memories, like dealing with this plesiosaur and kind of your life under the sea and your new life with all of your good friends who seem to care about you and want to keep you safe.
Aw.
It's
We're
touching
getting
for a
sad.
moment.
And
Or
then,
for a moment,
yeah.
though.
I'm
I'm
gonna...
thinking, why don't
No,
we just
George,
swim out of the
I gotta
room?
do my unarmed punch.
Okay, do it then. Doesn't have to be your turn to attack.
You-
Actually, turns don't mean anything. You miss. You kind of slide your foot around through the water, but unfortunately you can't quite find purchase on this thing as you're also trying to tread water. Robert, or are you
So-
done? Are you not done?
Yeah. I'm done.
Okay.
Alright. Robert steps up with Diaz. Diaz helps him aim his javelin, and he's gonna bonus action resummon the javelin he fired. He threw at it earlier, and throw it again.
Okay. You guys watch as Robert's javelin flies through the air back into his hand, and he pulls it back for a second throw.
Do we?
Oh, you bonded with that? Nice.
Yeah, I have one bonded javelin. Alright.
You only need
javelin.
one when it's bonded.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fortunate.
Yeah, so again, Robert pulls back the same javelin, which is still covered in the blood from the first throw, and you hear it lands.
Max damage.
You hear it land and hit hard. This creature is upset,
Heavy damage.
and it's now heavily bleeding. Like before there were surface wounds, now it looks desperate.
Finish
Miles,
Oh. Okay, so immediately on my turn, I'm gonna bonus action, do the help action with 9. Be like 9, hold it. And I'm gonna try to stab him.
9 is going to try to grab onto it and direct it, seeming like it's going to bite, but doesn't. And you are going to swing your longsword down
Okay.
at disadvantage. Oh no,
Why?
normal. It's
Straight-
normal
straight
because
roll,
you have
straight roll,
advantage.
yeah.
Great, yeah.
Dude, that's gotta be his armor class. Nice.
Oh, wait, I don't have the effect on. Hold on.
What's an
From,
extra d6, right?
Yeah. Y'all mind if I just roll a d6?
Yeah,
I
no,
actually
have
do.
it. And it's lightning
Okay.
damage, right?
Yeah.
So, you guys watch as Miles lifts his crackling longsword and splashes it down and hits the creature. You all brace yourselves, but realize that the body of water is large enough that it's able to diffuse the lightning.
2 points. Well done, Miles. Marine, finish it before it gets another chance.
Well, I was gonna do fairy fire, but I guess now I'm doing
Stabby.
straight up, yeah, stabby. And I found my sneak attack, so yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh,
Never mind.
Sad day.
Shut
Worst part is
So
it
you
gets
stab it,
another
Marine, but it's thrashing so desperately at this point that it actually knocks your rapier a little bit as you're attacking, and you're unable to do it.
For the fish's attack, 9 is gonna give it disadvantage. You're in here with us.
Sure. It's going to actually, the fish is going to try to go deeper in the water and swim away from you guys.
Oh no!
Tax opportunity.
Yeah, everybody who would get an attack
Advantage.
opportunity. So, Emilia, K8, Miles, Paxson, Marine, and Serenity each make an attack of opportunity.
Welcome to the
That was
You
podcast.
might-
really a
you
stupid
might be
move
still
on
in
his
water.
part,
That
huh?
might- Yeah, he might
Wait.
be still in water, so it might affect your roll.
Motherfucker!
Give you the big old disadvantage.
It's just a normal attack, but you're getting to do it right now. Danny.
Oh, I can just do anything?
Yes!
You attack
It didn't
it.
really matter. As all of you just kind of into it. Why'd you have advantage?
No, it's disadvantage.
It doesn't matter. It's going down.
Yeah, it didn't really matter. As all of you stab into it once as it tries to flee, it gets caught on all of your blades and slowly comes to a halt, floating to the top of the water and staying still.
Gross.
Well done.
Immediately swimming back up. There's not much space between the water and the ceiling, apparently. But I swim up. Everyone accounted for? Say aye. Marco.
Hi.
I mean, oh, wrong one.
Ah.
Who's Marco?
Oh, it's an old. Wait. Oh, please tell us the half elf is fine. Where are they?
Yeah, she's right there. Yeah, it's
Oh.
fine.
Okay. Okay.
Hi.
Good. I like the cut of their jib. Let's go find land. I'm gonna swim over here. Is this something I can climb up on?
There's
I'm
a
out.
small ledge and a door there. There as well,
heading to the
Serenity.
other door.
Okay,
Oh, watch out! There could be more traps.
I'm gonna follow after Miles.
So you can drag-
again-
you can drag your token
Serenity,
over.
Serenity begrudgingly says, Marine, do you want to check the door, please?
Do I?
Hey, don't talk to your girlfriend that way.
I'm going to check the door for traps before I pick the lock this time.
Wise.
I'm gonna climb up on the wall next to it, kind of like grab on one of the block. And I'm going to take the dodge action while she's doing this.
Fuck you.
Hey.
Yo, same.
Can I
so-
try lockpicking this door?
Hang on. Which doors are you guys at? Marine, that door. Yeah, you can try to open it. Miles, you can also try to open that one.
Is it
But
dead?
Miles, you find that yours is actually stuck. It has another broken mechanism, like before.
Oh.
Dog.
We could try to fix it. However,
Well,
yes, we'll go ahead and try to fix it.
You hear a light click as your door opens and slides down.
Oh,
and
it worked?
Sorry, I didn't describe this one correctly. This one down here doesn't have a ledge, Marine. It's actually under the water, and when you open it, it opens you into another underwater room.
Oh, well that's fine.
Underwater
Miles,
makes
yours
that.
is stuck, but you see behind you that your party has opened a door over there.
Is it completely underwater, or is it like this?
Your one is underwater as well, actually.
Oh.
I don't know why I thought that they
I
were.
guess I'm doing some scouting.
Yes, I think I'll go with you then, Marine.
You can't breathe underwater.
Does anyone else see this ominous
did-
green circle?
Yeah, we did
Okay.
buy a water breathing potion.
You guys may have.
I mean,
I
Yes,
bought
this
one.
door is underwater as well, so I would assume that there's going to be water when I open the door.
It's kind of like this where I regret not taking the. Oh yeah, you could breathe underwater at any time.
So what's on the other side of the
invocation.
doors?
So, side note for everyone, you can hold your breath a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your con modifier.
Minimum 30 seconds or something.
So,
right?
Yeah, I'm in 30
Marine, are you going in this room?
Yeah.
Okay.
4 minutes, 3 minutes.
and I'm going to look around and be cautious this time instead of just.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you search around, you actually find that there is a large drain, in the middle of the room, that is closed by some kind of lever there.
Oh, I pulled the lever.
It is surrounded by several waterlogged corpses that are sitting around the drain. It looks like some of them have had like bits of their like limbs and stuff removed from them, and they're just kind of lying still. They've been underwater here for a long time.
I bet it's safe to pull that lever.
It's definitely not. I go back to Robert and ask for his 10-foot pole.
Nice.
Yes, see, everybody's happy to make fun of the 10-foot pole till they want
Just
it.
give me it.
Yeah, you have
Wow.
one of my 3.
Such is a thing, Marine.
10-foot pole, 10.
Alright, I am going to go back and stand back here and then push the lever with the 10-foot pole.
Okay. You try to push, and it seems like it's kind of stuck.
Can I swim, like, hold my breath, swim down to Marine and try to help?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, what's your constitution?
I have
So,
plus 3, so I can hold my breath for
you
4
got-
minutes.
Oh,
You guys
oh,
watch
yeah,
as Serenity, her long flowing black hair just kind of soaked by the water, dive in and swim into the room that Marine is supposedly inside of.
And then I'm
um,
gonna... Yeah,
Do
Try to help.
tieflings get dark vision?
I do have dark vision.
Nice.
Okay. It is like pitch black down here, which means that it's only dim for you, and you really can't see very well. But you find Marine's shape, and as you get close to her, you see that she's trying to use a stick to do something farther away than you can see. You see that Marine's eyes underwater. You see that there's a second layer of film over her eyes that seems to be making it so that she can keep her eyes open without getting bothered by the water.
Yeah. I'm gonna hope that she's doing something smart and try to help her.
I'm going to use the message cantrip to tell her what I'm doing, so, you know.
Oh shit, yeah,
Does it have verbal components?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but she's a Triton, she can do that underwater.
Yeah, I can do it underwater.
If you can breathe underwater, you can speak underwater?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, she
She's
could
a
talk.
fish person, Dan.
I mean, I
hope.
ignore all the effects of water, basically. It's how it's worded.
Yeah, it also says
Okay.
Triton are just adapted for being underwater.
Yeah.
So.
Got it.
I mean, they're trying
I
to make
imagine
some.
they cast spells underwater.
Yes. Anyway, I say, help me push this thing.
Sure. And help Marine.
Okay. Go
Teamwork.
ahead and make one of you, whoever is better at hefting, make a strength check at advantage.
it's not
to see if the
me.
person is helping.
Can I do an athletics check?
No.
Okay.
Oh, an athletics check? Sorry, I don't know why I said
Yeah.
no to that. I thought you said acrobatics. You can't do
No.
acrobatics. You can do an athletics check if you like.
Okay.
Yes.
And I get advantage from the two of us pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
By the
'cause
way, would Tinker
I
Tools...
have 0 strength, but I have a +2 to athletics. Fuck.
Fuck.
So you and you hear a metal creaking noise, and you almost have it, and then the 10-foot pole starts to bend slightly, and you can't seem to apply any more force.
I kind of make a motion to her to, like, should we go closer?
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, do I know if Tinker Tools would help with fixing this mechanism?
Tinker Tools would definitely help for fixing that mechanism
Okay.
if you're still trying to work on it, but it's underwater, so you're having to dive down, like take a breath, dive down, look at it, and then go back up. So
I can hold my breath for sickeningly long. Alright, would it be intelligence or dex for Tinker Tools?
Intelligence.
Alright. You're about to see one of my best checks in the game. Please don't fuck up. Please don't fuck up. Okay, wait, no, I can still come back from this.
Andrew.
13!
So, you're trying to fix it, and it seems like there's just something stuck in there that you can't get out.
Damn.
Me and Marine are gonna go closer and attempt to pull the drain again.
I guess the
Alright.
other door it is then.
Make your together check again.
Okay. Come
That's all
on.
you. Come on.
Serenity, you're starting to feel like your breath isn't doing great. Okay. As you guys grab onto this pole, which you've shortened slightly, and pull on the lever again, or push on the lever again, you hear again. Actually, all of you hear this as it echoes through the walls. You hear this, like, angry metal noise, and then suddenly you hear, like a loud boom echo through, and okay, I need Serenity and Marine to both make strength saving throws.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Wow, Rip. It was nice knowing the two of you.
Okay, bye.
I actually have proficiency in that.
I don't.
Oh, good roll.
Oh!
Oh!
You guys,
The lives
Serenity,
go
you managed to
again.
grab onto the corner of the wall that you're at, and Marine, you managed to grab onto Serenity's leg. And the two of you hold on just barely as all of the water in these two rooms that you're in starts to go, get sucked into this drain in the center of the room. It takes like a minute or 2 minutes for all of the water to be sucked in. Suddenly, over the massive force, you see the corpses that were lying by the drain just get mulched into it from the force of the water draining.
Oh.
Yes, the garbage disposal feature.
And eventually, both of the rooms are nearly empty of water.
And then I start coughing a little bit from being underwater for so long.
I hope y'all meant to do that.
You guys see a nest in the center of the first room of like a pile of stones and like pieces of driftwood and stuff that appears to have been where the dinosaur creature was making its home.
Oh. Oh, where's the dinosaur creature's body?
Floating at the top of the water.
We just kicked it out of its house.
I was gonna say, George, there's no water.
Oh, excuse me. It's fallen and is now lying on the ground above where where it died above there. But if you like me, do you want me to draw it? It's here.
Oh god.
Kinda cute.
Bumper.
Talking about.
Buppy.
Bark, bark. Okay.
Alright, so what are we doing?
There.
Tragic.
Looks like a turtle. Yes, we meant to do that, Miles.
Lovely. Alright, so you have another door in there?
Yeah.
Alright, what's the problem with this one?
Nothing. I just didn't get a chance to open it.
Well, okay, he's open.
Okay.
This is gonna be like a labyrinth. I'm so excited.
To lock. There it is.
Check for traps.
Hey! Oh fuck.
So,
take
this
the
door is actually
directions.
unlocked, and as you pull it down into the floor, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Motherfucker.
Hey, just roll like you did last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are the chances of that? This is me. I guess it's not in
5%,
combat.
10%.
So
10%.
yeah, no.
Not now.
As the water that fills the room that you just opened splashes onto you, you're dragged into the drain slightly. And you take 11 bludgeoning damage as the drain tries to suck you through of it. It's
Well, you only take 3 real damage.
Yeah, thank God
Fair.
for
10 hit
inspiring
points.
leader.
and as the water drains from that room, you can now see it as well. Although it's now dark because your light source is gone.
I can see in it at least. I've looked through the door and.
Alright,
what
let's
do
go
I
down
see?
this way then.
Are we just? Did you give up on the other door?
It was, we should all stick together. We never know what's gonna be the next room.
Yeah.
It-
So I
it-
go in front of Marine and I look in the room.
You guys.
Okay.
Jen, do your health.
Oh. Oh, okay, it's... So what is it? 20?
Yeah, 20 and remove your 10 hit points.
I've got a light, so I'll go in.
It hurts my eyes because I'm adjusted to dark.
Yeah. You light up the room, and you
light up
see
the room
you're
with your
inside
smile.
this little antechamber. It has these carvings of like waves in the walls, and this door that you can see on the other side of the room is even though all the water is drained, there seems to be a floating wall of water filling that hallway.
Robert, come on.
Floating ball of water. Hey Dan, you still here, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
I want to make sure that Benadryl doesn't put you out.
It's fucking me up, dude.
No.
Dan, what's your last name? Oh my God, he's
Once
fucked
born.
up.
And twice born. Oh.
What do the walls look like in the ceiling and stuff in here, George?
What do the what look like?
Walls and the ceiling.
The walls in this, like I said, the ceiling in here has those like stalactites hanging down, and the walls have these carvings of waves, and like this kind of it looks a little bit more intricate. There's like lapis lazuli wave shapes in the walls, there's actually a small inscription above the floating water door.
Marine,
We should read that.
can you read that?
I
Other than
read.
that, the room is empty. The inscription appears to be in Aqua.
Yeah.
I can read that.
Marine, as you walk up and see the inscription above the door, it simply says, first of all, there's some more iconography of this, like, strange, like, creature who's, like, bending waves and moving them about.
Shape water.
And, you see, and, like, ships being sunk and things like that. You see, there's a small passage above. It simply says, Visitors must dive headlong into the sea's grasp. To hesitate here is as good as having never tried.
I repeat that to the party.
So we dive into the drain.
Just no. I would say the door, the water door.
Maybe that's how through. We just dive right in.
Well, let's try the door before we worry about anything else.
Is that above this door over here?
Yeah.
Please check for traps this time.
Marine,
Well, it sounds like that might be the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, it seems as if no hesitate, just go if you want to believe that. I mean,
Do
this
we
is a
wanna
trial
try-
after all.
Do we want to try the other door first? See where that goes.
What are
I say
I-
try the
I-
other door.
Something
I
tells
could
me this
not.
is the right one.
go for it. Just have a look at what we're dealing with.
So is it like a fifth, like a just walking the door? Is that what it is? or is
It's like this kind of floating, thin like pane of water. It almost looks like it's iced, but it's moving. It's like it has little waves running up and down it.
And sorry, do you see like a wood door behind it, or is that the door? The water?
That's the door.
Okay, I got you. Well, it sounds like we just go.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Amelia, any thoughts?
I agree with them. I want to follow with them.
Well then, I did prepare absorb elements, so this maybe I should bite the bullet here. Oh.
So Serenity
There's a
kind
such
of.
thing as sling bullets.
Let's
Bullets are real.
Okay. Describe to me how you go through this barrier.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, you said headlong, right?
Yeah.
So let's go headlong. I'm gonna lean the head ever so slightly. Oh, I hope that this was. Oh no. If I crack my head against. Okay, and I'm just gonna try to run through it Harry Potter style.
Okay. As you, I thought you were gonna say you went there really slow, but no. As you dive, like you try to run head first into this.
Oh no.
To all of the rest of you, Miles suddenly disappears into the water.
Nice going, you guys.
Well,
That's
nothing
fine.
for it. Yeah,
Time to
Robert
go.
will run through.
Let's follow.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, we follow.
Okay. Each of you, one by one, disappears into the
Total
water
party
wall.
wipe.
I see the
K8, K9 is freaking out as this is happening, and then it's just like, and throws herself in. You guys, you appear in this small hallway.
Oh gosh, damn it. Oh shit.
Oh, back real quick.
Behind you, you see that same water wall now. It's another short, thin hallway. So
Everyone's
you
got all
have to.
their fingers, I presume.
Yes, but I don't think Marine went through yet.
No, I did. Just
Okay.
didn't move my token.
Gotcha.
Alright, onward ho. I'll
What's
bear the
next?
light.
Did you just call me a hoe?
Oh! What?
I think you mean hoe.
You see another door.
Hey, no one thinks there's gonna be traps in this hallway, right? No, of course not. I'm gonna keep walking forward to the door. What do
The door is very ornate. It's like it has like bits of hints of gold and things like that on it. It's a very nice looking door.
I see Magnus on top.
Bro, who's
Pax
moving
on
me?
there.
It's a group effort.
Well, so I'm guessing, is there a handle or something? Something I could push?
Yeah, the door has that same kind of turning mechanism.
Well, let's keep going, I suppose. I'm
Brace
gonna
yourself
try to
for
do it,
water.
and I'm gonna lose my hand.
I brace myself and see if that water comes
Yeah,
back
as you open the door, you see the it kind of slides open gently. This like golden, very ornate door, and you you just see what appears to be a small, like, shrine room. As your light washes over the room, you see this room. It's empty of water, although there does seem to be dripping coming from somewhere. It looks like it's kind of weird. It looks like this room was like part of a larger room, but there's these sudden ending brick bits that are cutting it off, and it looks like that's the material the tower is actually made of, that you're inside of, and you realize that perhaps the spell that created this area cut off a section of it. So you're not seeing the whole thing, which maybe is supposed to be some kind of underwater cathedral, but you're seeing sorry, let me reveal the room to you, actually.
That'd be helpful.
Yeah.
You're seeing there's a shrine at the end of the room, and there's chests that line the sides of the room. 3 chests.
Y'all ready for mimic fights?
Yeah.
A shrine? Could it finally be my time to shine?
Yes.
There's a
here.
golden statuette in the middle of the shrine that shows a woman wreathed in water, with tiny golden ships washing off of her and breaking on the rocks at her feet.
What it do? What that?
You recognize that at all, Marine?
Do I recognize that at all, George?
I don't know. Are you proficient in religion?
No.
Yes.
Go for it, Baxon.
Yes.
Hey.
You recognize this as the sea goddess Umberlee, who is one of the gods who's rumored to have been created by the power of the worship of her Kuo-toa worshippers. They're known to be creatures who, if they believe in someone enough, the person actually gains powers. Umberlee is considered by most scholars of actual religion to just be a very powerful elemental that lives somewhere in the sea. But this is a shrine to her, probably built by the Kuo-toa inhabitants of this place when it's in its normal setting. Yeah, that's what you see.
So,
it's Umberlee. She's a goddess that's worshipped by beings who live underwater, especially monstrous races, because most of her stories revolve around sinking ships of above surface interlopers.
Interlopers, you say?
Okay, well, please do keep in mind, everyone, that they said that there would be treasure which can be brought out. However, I do smell something, if you forgive me, fishy about this.
Treasure.
Robert, your poles make them and
They always come in handy. Alright,
I
what
whack one of the chests with the 10-foot pole.
Hey! Not meant for that.
do it from 10 feet away, Jen.
Fine.
You swing the 10-foot pole, which is a long and like brittle stick, and as you kind of swing it, you bring it down, and you smack one of the chests.
Seems fine.
Don't do that again. I left the other ones on Graham.
Make an attack roll, I guess. Improvised weapon, so
I was joking.
Strength.
No.
What do I even roll?
a d20 plus strength.
A D20 minus 1.
It's minimum 1 still.
Oh!
Minimum.
No crit fail though.
It impacts
not for the check.
when you hit it. There's this like clattering noise as you're so surprised by the impact of this super long stick on the chest that you drop it and it rolls around on the ground kind of weakly.
We're in.
Is this fine? Everything's fine.
Right, we'll check the other chest. Architect's gonna step up in front of.
Can I look at the shrine?
Marine, just poke it. Don't hit it.
Yeah. Why don't you roll a perception or investigation?
Alright, I'm gonna poke this one instead.
I think I'm better at this.
As you look over the shrine, you notice the statuette could probably be taken. And you notice a small iron box kind of stashed behind the shrine in a little slot, with some words in primordial scratched on the top in neat curving gold inlay. You also see a small pouch of money.
Take them out.
Can someone read this here? Probably Marine.
Okay, who said they were doing something while I was describing that?
We're poking chests. What do any of the chests wake up?
Are you attacking chests or poking chests?
They're poking
Attacking.
them with the stick.
None of the chests respond to being poked with.
Do they respond to being attacked?
That depends, Marine. Are you attacking them with a limp noodle fucking 10-foot
Alright,
pole?
just back off. I'm gonna hit them with javelins.
Good idea.
Okay, which one are you attacking?
Start with the right one.
The which one?
The one on the right.
Okay, roll an attack.
Okay. But get away from it, I'm telling them.
Oh, we're trying to read this,
Well,
Robert.
Read it over here.
One on the right.
I
can't read it over here.
But
Okay,
No,
alright.
it's not in the wall. It's in a little box.
Oh, well, what if we move the box and everything explodes?
That's 11. Did I hit it?
Let me see what the AC of a chest is.
it's actually 20. You don't hit it.
You actually don't. The javelin, you throw it and it clatters off the side, and
I don't like that one.
Okay. Can
I'm
I
gonna take my sling, and I'm gonna try to hit it too.
I was gonna try to hit it with my crowbar.
Well,
You've got a
We don't want
crowbar?
to get near them. We don't want to get near them. Is the
yeah,
problem.
you actually see
They're
Amelia has a
mimics, they'll
small
bite
backpack full of adventuring gear.
Robert,
Oh.
is this your daughter?
you. What?
I hit it with sling.
Yeah, you do.
I know
Hit
you're
it
smarter
one that
than
Robert
that.
was attacking.
You
Sister,
swing the sling and go ahead and roll damage to the chest, I guess.
I saw that shadow roll.
Same.
How much did you do?
5.
5. As you do this, all of the chests suddenly spring to life and start moving. As actually hurting one of them, as has because they've decided they've had enough. They were trying to get you, but apparently you guys are just gonna metagame your way all the way to this fight without opening a single one of my trap boxes.
What is this?
Come on. Walk into a room with 3 chests in them.
I should
We're
have made that
adventurers. This is
Yeah.
the adventurer test.
I'm sure we've heard of mimic before.
Yeah,
I'm
whatever.
surprised you
Nobody
didn't
rolled
do
a fucking
pedestal
history
mimic.
check. Roll initiative.
Marine, what is
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Marine never got to read it because these dudes were throwing rocks at boxes.
this?
Yeah, you guys-
can read it while they're
guys,
throwing rocks at boxes.
What is gonna happen? I hope it eats you at this point. Like, I told you to back off.
Oh, we were trying to read this thing. Why didn't you wait until we read
Why
it?
do you have to read it right
I can
now?
disengage.
Because it probably tells us how to do this room.
Yeah, get eat.
Robert.
Good
Oh,
eats.
okay.
Them good eats.
We're gonna read it, and it's gonna say to my fucking lover or something.
Magnus, Magnus, you're the first one who manages to react as these things start to spring to life. They creaking wooden sounds as these legs come out from underneath them and they open up these long, toothy mouths.
Spare yourselves.
Oh god. Oh god. I fucking catapult over.
Actually,
Okay.
Denny, I should actually describe fully what this looks like to you because you're not super familiar. It looks like the chest opened up and it has purple skin and a bunch of teeth and eyes opened up along the side and a big old tongue is sticking out in front of it. The chest is like a big old mouth.
Okay.
Just look
It's
at
a
the
mimic.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna let me just share this image with you guys.
Please.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow, that took up my entire screen. I
There.
love
Yeah,
it.
that-
love it.
Cutie.
Sexy.
Mm, I made one of those.
Hey, what the mouth do?
You did make one of them,
I
Jen.
made this.
You look, Ma, I made this.
So,
I make
Magnus,
these.
what are you doing?
Oh god, I catapult. Oh Jesus. I've never seen one of these in person. Oh god, it's ugly.
You're standing right next to one right now. It's like,
Hit it.
Oh Jesus.
Kill it.
So shields out, swords out, and here we go.
Hey,
Turns out, guns out.
Nice.
Oh,
Good
George.
hit.
Oh no, you did already. Okay.
so
And then,
you bring down your longsword and it hits against it, and you see a small bit of blood start to leak from the wood, which looks super weird and unusual. Also, I should actually make it your turn. There you go.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. My mom always told me stories about these. I didn't think they were real. Oh god. There you go.
So this thing is going to look around. It's going to zero in on Magnus, who's right next to it, and it's going
Mimic
to.
1 is by Paxson.
Oh, oops! I can't read. Mimic 1 is going to zero in on Paxson, who's right next to it, and
Not hit.
Dude, you got a new plate?
Baby.
Yeah, it's gonna see. Yo, shit! This guy's a Talon. Back off, guys. Let him go.
it's going to swing out a big pseudopod at you, and Paxson, you know to dodge because it seems to be covered in this sticky liquid. As its tongue comes out and goes to flail at you, and you manage to just kind of flail as you're used to more used to blocking than dodging, but you manage to make it out of the way. I don't think these guys get multi-attack, do they? No, they don't. This one is going to do the same thing, but at Marine.
No.
Oh, also, let's go grab that combat music.
Marine, you managed to dodge it out of the way. This is actually combat music you've been playing the whole.
Oh.
It's just not very riveting. I don't know.
Just put on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay, fuck him. Oh!
The one by Magnus is going to do what I described earlier. But Magnus also manages to dance out of the way. The whole party dodging deftly out of the way of these big old tongues that are sticking out of these boys. They're trying real hard to lick you, and you're trying real hard not to get licked.
Oh Jesus Christ! Please, oh Jesus!
Marine, a big mouth just stuck its tongue out at you, and you barely dodged. What are you doing?
I'm stabbing it in the
Kill
face.
the hole.
You got an ally within 5 feet. You got
Nope.
it.
Oh!
Oh, there it is. 46
I'm gonna sneak attack.
DHD.
Yeah, that's what you get when you try to lick this fucking fish. Holy shit.
Don't lick the fish.
Roll sneak attack twice.
Yeah,
Yep.
roll sneak attack again.
Yeah, twice. Holy cannoli. You stab through this thing's tongue as it's licking at you, and it starts to bleed, and it goes from la 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 to and it's like,
I just heard that like through the doors.
I am really happy this is recorded so I can listen to that again.
is that the end of your turn, Marine?
Hilarious.
No, I'm going to disengage and 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3,
I'm just climb up the wall and
4,
cry.
5, 6.
She can.
Yeah.
You actually can climb up the wall. The wall is like 15 feet high, so you can get all
You should totally do that. They can't attack
Oh,
you.
actually, in that case, I'm gonna disengage and climb up the fucking wall.
Oh, here, let me make it so you can actually see there, so we'll just call that 15 feet up the wall.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's another room, guys. You see that?
Improbable.
I never could
I don't
guess
buy it.
that.
We gotta go around again.
There was
Damn it.
there was a whole nother pathway. Pass your turn,
Maria,
Jen.
what does it say?
Yeah.
Read it.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Serenity, as
No.
a Marine sprints up the wall, you see one of them is pretty severely injured.
Actually, yeah, hold on. I was here 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the one.
How are you moving? Can you describe this to me?
Oh.
Wait.
Like, which spaces are you occupying?
I'm
As you go?
gonna do what I was really gonna do and run past Kate, Miles, and then go up to the one in front of Magnus.
Okay,
And I'm gonna attack that one. So that was my original plan.
sure.
And I'm going to swing.
If I ask how you're moving, the fucking whole party is like, why are you asking?
Because there's definitely traps on them.
Yeah.
Oh, baby!
Yeah. It's Crit City.
Yo!
Yo, we cracking open fucking hot ones out here.
And then I'm gonna
I mean,
punch
gosh
it.
darn.
Probably against. Yeah, I missed with my punch.
Ooh, beat him.
It's okay, guys. I crit on the.
What
I
did you
crit on
What did
the
you do? Hang on. Tell me exactly what you just did.
I swung with the quarterstaff,
Okay.
and then I said, against my better judgment, I'm punching it.
No, wait.
No.
Okay. Great. You're grappled by it.
Yeah,
Your hand is stuck.
That's what I figured. I remembered that it could do that after I said I was gonna hit it, so I hit it anyway.
Okay, so
Well, you are
now-
wrong, so that
Do
would
not
be-
touch it.
And then you just see Serenity trying to like pull her hand back. Does the stick get hit or just my fist?
The stick is fine, but you get stuck. You're now grappled to it.
So
Okay, that's
seeing
fine.
that Amelia is a punch-skateer, don't punch it!
I won't. Don't worry. I'm gonna move here,
Okay.
That's a dangerous place.
and then
Amelia sprints into the center of the room.
and then I'm gonna take my short sword and wait. Does it have it? But like, does it have its tongue wrapped around her hand? Is that what?
No, she punched it in like the chest part of it, and she can't move her fist away. It looks like the whole thing is sticky.
Take off the hand. They're in too deep.
Don't you dare.
You can try to
Eileen lost
help
a
her
finger.
pull off. You can use your action to try to help her pull off, but then you wouldn't be able to attack.
Eileen lost a finger. Serenity
Nah.
will lose a hand.
Just.
Okay.
My poor characters.
Yeah, I'll help her pull off.
Okay. So, Amelia runs up beside you, Serenity, and grabs your wrist. Okay, I need you to make a strength check, right? Or
Athletics.
athletics, yeah.
You know,
Is she making athletics
Amelia
or
was a
am
little
I?
sketchy, but no, she seems like a good
Yeah,
girl.
Amelia's pretty tight.
Okay. There's...
Oh, but it's at disadvantage.
Oh.
Apparently, the mimics are really sticky. I just learned that while reading about the ability. So roll again and we'll take the lower one.
Okay.
Disadvantage is a hell of a drug.
Oh.
Unfortunately, as you yank, you're unable to get her hand free. It actually hurts like hell, the yanking, but you can't get your hand free, Serenity.
Well, we know one way to
This
get
is
off
Wait,
the
fine.
George?
to get the hand free. Kill them.
Yeah, what's up?
Don't I have like the flurry thing?
Oh,
Flurry of blows.
no.
Don't
Yeah,
do
but
it.
because you didn't use your action to attack, you can't do a flurry of blows.
Okay.
You can't use your unarmed bonus action
I
strike
love the
unless you
look
take
of it.
attack action.
I like the look of her throwing out two punches. Both the hands get stuck.
Paxson, the room is a whirl of combat. One of them is messed up as Marine sprints up the wall, while the other one seems to be sticking to Serenity, much to the chagrin of the other person who's a stranger to you. But you see, with some happiness, is trying to help your friend get free.
Alright. Oh, Paxton will step forward so that he can hopefully help protect her while she's in this vulnerable position, helping Serenity, and then attack this mimic over here that's not doing so well.
Finish him.
Yeah, that's the hope.
Bum, 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 bum.
Just kidding.
Unfortunately, you swing down and you hit the wooden part of it, and you can't seem to find purchase. Roberto, you watch Paxson swinging at the one hurt mimic while the other one is stuck to Serenity. What are you doing?
Yeah, Robert's going to look at the, we'll say Mimic 3, and he is going to go and cast Frostbite. Frostbite is actually the one that, that gives disadvantage on the next attack, I think. Let me double check that.
Frank Frostbite lowers movement speed.
It's chill touch, I think.
It's Chill Touch is the one that kills, yeah, it's
Opportunity attack?
Frostbite. Frostbite is the one that, poses disadvantage. They have to make it a con save, though.
Oh, you're right. They do have disadvantage. I guess it's Ray of Frost that does the movement speed one.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, Mimic 3, let me see if I want to actually try to use this spell, so let's see if it works.
Should
Alright,
be
so we're
a
gonna go
save
actions.
button.
Yeah, yeah, Frostbite. So then I just go that one. Yeah.
Yeah. You watch as the ice starts to run over it, but it seems to only freeze the layer of adhesive on top of it and then fall off to the side.
Okay. Alright, and then
Oh no
There we
no
go.
no!
we'll step on
Can't
up
let
there.
him get another turn.
I'll step on up to there, and that's the end of Robert's turn.
He's gonna
Okay.
eat me.
Miles.
Alright, I'm gonna go sick the hound on 3, hopefully making, oh wait, 2. Hopefully making an attack not happen from them.
Okay.
Where is... There we are. Alright, go get him.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
That too. That too.
no.
K8 bites onto the mimic and finds herself stuck to it.
Oh,
This
I don't
is
know why we didn't
embarrassing.
think that would happen.
Wait.
BB.
Well, I was kind of hoping you could die.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to try to. I may take an opportune attack from 3, but I'm gonna try to run over here.
Where are you running?
down the
Past
middle.
3 to the front of the altar.
Oh yeah, you're gonna take an attack of opportunity there.
From
Wait, from
Mimic
which
3.
one are you taking attack of opportunity? From 3?
3 probably.
Mimic 3.
Yeah, there's no way for you to get around without taking that hit. So
Yeah,
Well,
no,
he
it's
was
gonna
already next to him anyway.
I like this flute.
it swings a tongue at you, but you managed to dodge out of the way.
Relatable.
La, 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 la.
How do I have to go to the next song?
Why was that
I've been
advantage?
doing this for 5 years.
Both.
You just did 2 attacks.
It doesn't matter, they
Yeah.
both would have hit. Why?
Why'd I
Why
just
did you have
take
to
damage?
roll a concentration check?
Oh, because I just stabbed myself. Give me
Are
a
you
second.
targeting yourself?
Yeah, hold on. I just stabbed myself just a little.
You
I don't know
still
how
lose.
this happened.
That's why it threw out 2 attacks, I think.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, did it hit him?
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
actually,
you did hit the
damage
mimic
to
and you
venom.
dealt 9 damage to it.
Damn. He ain't dead. That's just how it be.
Okay, the turn is over. Magnus.
Magnus,
help Serenity.
things have gotten significantly worse since the last time you managed to take an action, but you're now alone by this mimic who's grappling Smalls.
Will
I
you
mean, Serenity.
please stop touching the thing? And just
Rocker
makes
hit
another.
it, so I thought it was okay for me to hit it.
Oh my god. And I'm still targeting it, right? Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Stop.
So yeah, you swing down your longsword, and you will see blood start to pour out of the mimic.
Hey guys, I have nothing to bonus action. Sorry.
This one is going to look at Sir Paxon Lomaze, who had failed to hit last time, and try again.
What? How did it do that?
Oh my god. That's
Kate.
No, I think
No,
it's
he's
the
got to
other
be
one.
fucking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to be melee.
Thereby grappling Paxon.
No.
hey,
Grapple
Dan,
it?
don't forget D.
Yeah, it didn't matter. I had a guy make a save last time, so I couldn't really use DS.
This
Oh, no,
one
I'm just saying
will this one will look at Serenity, who's still stuck to it, and
Wrong
take a
mimic.
biting attack at advantage.
It's Mimic 2. Is...
Mimic 3 hit.
Mimic, yeah, you're looking at the severely injured one that's
How do I
not
keep
grappling.
fucking
Oh,
this
it's
up?
grappling dog right now. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. It's gonna attack K8
It's okay. She got 10 hit points.
with
Can
advantage.
I use my shield to make it not at advantage?
You can try to protect K8. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, great.
Straight roll.
We like dogs out here.
Yeah. No. Wait, that was a
In
single
the
hit, right?
One hit, yeah.
Where's the? Did it get the? Oh, right. It was a straight roll.
Time to see how much damage these things can do.
It bites down, and you see acid leak out of its teeth as it bites on K8, and you hear alarm noises from K8
That was 10
as
damage.
she takes a hit.
This is fine.
This is the one
now,
I'm grappling.
where
with.
was I? This one is going to advantaged attack Serenity.
Yeah.
Serenity, you feel acid pour down your arm as it suddenly, where your hand is stuck in the wood, its mouth shifts and opens up there instead, and grabs onto your wrist and bites in.
Ow.
It doesn't quite manage to break your skin all the way yet, but you feel some pretty bad scrapes. Marine, your friends are getting bit.
No!
Focused on the injured too.
Yeah. Climbing down the wall, hitting the box. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to stay up here and hit the box. Because I can do that.
Straight up
Lots of
attack.
blast.
You got your hands open.
Oh,
What? Why is it not? Oh, there it is. Okay.
She always has a hand open for that stuff, Dan, because she only uses it
There you
one-handed.
go.
One.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You actually
Nice.
hit a thing.
very nice, very nice.
That's a D10.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh,
So,
splash.
you guys watch as Marine, from atop the wall, prepares this purple blast that you guys have seen familiar, and she blasts it down, and it leaves a dent in the chest beneath her.
Nice. All
Hey,
right.
that's my turn.
Good hit.
Serenity, you're grappled by this mimic.
You got more
Um,
hands and legs.
I will one-handed quarterstaff whack it because my other hand is grappled.
You still got feet
Okay.
for kicking too. Don't forget that.
Nice. Well done, Marine.
Conk it with your staff. Are you gonna make attacks?
I am not gonna
You
hit
already
it
stuck.
again.
Pick him.
Commit.
Pick him.
Full commit.
You
Full
already
commit.
stuck.
I'm not gonna hit it again. I'm gonna
Give it a
bonus
headbutt.
action.
Get your
I'm
head stuck to it.
bonus action, patient defense, and take the dodge action.
Okay. You use a key point and activate patient defense.
Yeah.
Amelia, is that the end of your turn, Serenity? I assume it is.
Oh yeah. Let me pass it.
Amelia, you watch as your friend Serenity seems to just be doubling down to try to avoid the hits. There's a chest behind you that looks really injured, and a chest in front of you that has Serenity in its clutches. You have to make a decision.
Okay, I'm gonna go for Mimic 3.
Okay.
Control
use
click
my-
on it.
Yeah, if you control click,
yeah.
it'll target it.
Yeah, perfect.
There you go.
Now whip
Can I use
and
my-
tear.
Can I use my crowbar on it?
Your sword will be better. Crowbar won't do
Okay.
any real damage.
Okay,
You can
okay.
improvise
So I'll
weapon.
use my sword. And I'm just gonna take a big smack at it. My sword.
All about this crowbar.
Slash.
The
Don't
whole
forget to
point
target
with the
it.
crowbar.
She did target it.
You target
That's
it.
a
Make sure
monk.
you roll it. You have to roll it in the little tray on the left, like in the text box. You don't
She's
roll
just
it there.
double clicking stuff. It's simpler that way.
Yeah. So double click on
So
your.
do your attack.
Oh,
that's
no!
rough. Unfortunately, you swing your short sword down, and it kind of blocks it with this big old licky tongue, and just kind of gets slobber all over your sword. Terribly gross, unpleasant.
You still got hands though.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
we get
Can I
stuck
use
to
my? Can I do flurry blows now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that on that chest? Same one.
Yeah.
So you get to do 2 unarmed attacks.
Dude, if you punch both of them, you can be stuck in a really funny way. Do it.
So you use the key point.
Yeah, you point.
Oh, there we go.
Oh!
Double coming back. By the way,
One more.
friendly- Fun fact.
Roll
I don't
roll
wanna-
damage.
that a crowbar can be one of the best weapons in the game in the hands of a monk.
Yeah,
And then one more, right?
Yep.
the right kind of monk. Kind of monk that gets.
Yeah. The one who likes to
good,
drink
good,
all the
good.
time.
Nice.
I found out that those types of monk don't get proficiency in improvised weapons. That's not actually a thing in their class.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, I was reading. I don't know why we thought that. Yeah. So you punch it once, your hand is stuck. You punch it twice, your other hand is stuck.
Yes!
Had-
I hear
Hold
you.
on. Gra-
You still got
George.
2 feet in the head.
Can they grapple both of us?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
these boys are sticky as fuck.
Who let the monks do this?
Who let the monk out?
Dude, I encourage it. What are they gonna do? Not do damage? And when they're dead, they ain't sticky. I hope. I hope. I really hope.
Alright, Amelia's turn.
Yeah, pass your
Uh-oh.
turn, Denny. Do you know how? There you
Paxton,
go.
crack open this cold one.
Paxon, you're now stuck to the mimic behind you while staring down the mimic in front of you, which looks super injured. Also, there's just a lot of screaming and people talking about stuck monks slightly to the south of you.
I'm upset!
I don't think any disadvantage to attack this one while I'm grappled, right?
No.
Alright.
It's just you have no move speed.
Alright, let's
While
go
you're
after-
grappled by him, he has advantage.
Yeah, that's okay.
Nice.
You hit him with your longsword. You plan on throwing out a smite?
No, I mean I wasn't.
I mean, okay.
This is fine. We're doing
You
fine.
Like, dead.
chop your longsword down into him, and he looks like he's on death's door.
Go 1 health.
That's
okay.
all I'm able to do on a turn. There we go.
Robert,
Yeah, Satinas is gonna
you've
fly
heard
on
how
up.
this situation is unfolding. Your monks are both stuck to the chest to the south of you, and the one, the top right one is almost dead.
Well, let's see if we can
Whoops.
amend that. Diaz will fly over, give me the help action on targeting Mimic 3.
I like to imagine
We're
like
gonna
to
cast
imagine-
Booming Blade on Mimic 3.
Cromp.
Okay.
Not that it really matters, but...
Yeah.
Let me set to advantage.
Ooh, kill him.
Delicious.
Just so you know, Mimic 3 isn't the one that's on death's door.
Oh, what do you want?
Yeah, it's
Oh
okay.
wait, yes it is.
I
They're
can't
both
really,
in death's door.
they're both in bad shape, yeah.
Ding ding.
There we go.
Knockout.
So yeah, Robert
Yeah,
rubs
two
his hand across his blade, which suddenly has this wavering motion, and as he slashes it down, the whole thing seems to implode from inside and then collapse.
On to the next
your-
one.
Monk boys, you're now unstuck.
Oh,
Hey!
Yes.
Thanks, Robert.
You've got it. On
You
to
have
the
bits
next
of
one.
wood stuck to your fist, but you can move.
Try to
I'm wondering, Mike, so like
Put on
monks
my
when they fight mimics, do they just like put on plastic like paper bags and start punching and taking them off?
Yeah, right. They punch, they put a new one on. They punch, put a new one on.
Was anybody else grappled by Mimic 3? I don't think so, right?
No,
It's
just,
just those
me
two.
and Amelia.
Nice.
Miles brings out his longsword. Another Mimic meets its end.
Well done.
Woofer.
That Mimic 1 looks really upset to be here.
And
well, tell you what, it won't be for much longer. I'm about to get stuck to this. Don't. And the
Mimic
dog is
1
on.
chooses not to grapple KA.
Good thinking.
Alright.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that'll be it. I'm just trying to find out how to take the grapple to.
Oh, I can do it.
You should probably
of
Eldritch
KA,
Blast
you mean,
this
right?
one, Magnus, because you're not going to be able to get in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are there any like podiums where I could step up and get a little bit better view, or do I have
You
a
can
fine?
just shoot through everyone, you're fine.
None.
As long as you don't nat one.
Let's hope I don't nat
Just
one.
yell, Robert, duck!
Yep, and Robert ducks.
Duh.
proceeds to nat 1.
He proceeds to goose.
Dude, no. If she nat once, it goes Robert duck. Robert ducks. Just hits him in the back of the head instead.
Just fucking boom! Execution.
Yeah.
Magnus pulls back as the purple sword forms in his hand, and he throws it across the room. It strikes true inside of the Mimic.
Alright, let's see what it's gonna do here then.
Damage. Alright, no matter what this thing does, it's either disadvantage or no, it's just gonna be disadvantage.
Oh, because the puffer.
This
Yeah.
one is going to
Or pa-
release Sir Pax on the maze, and it's going to
Erupt.
it's going to use its action to polymorph into a thimble on the ground.
What?
And then the thimble is going to start rapidly rolling away.
Oh, it's scared.
It tried to eat us.
We gotta bring it with us.
No.
Yeah, let's
I'm guessing.
keep a limit.
Wait. Can they disengage and do that?
Well, turning into a thimble made it pretty difficult for you to hit him, but you're certainly welcome to try.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll try.
No. Oh, God.
Do not feel remorse for the mimic.
You'll
So
learn the folly of
it's
your
gonna
belief.
move through Amelia's space, 5, 10, and then down one here. So it moved past everyone.
It's still in range of me, so I can't take an opportunity.
Everybody except Serenity can take an attack of opportunity.
The only
do
good
we make it a
thing
disadvantage or is it
is
straight?
one that stays in the sewing box.
It's a straight attack.
Okay.
You guys are all fairly skilled boys.
No,
Kill the
don't
boys.
kill it.
Beating it down.
Okay, did everybody take an
Baby.
attack?
Almost
Him.
bite it.
Wait, attack of opportunity or just an attack?
An attack of opportunity.
Oh, okay.
Amelia,
Which is the
did you take your attack of opportunity?
sure.
Just target it and make an attack with your two-handed quarterstaff.
She's got a short
She doesn't
sword.
have a quarterstaff.
Or, sorry, yeah, short sword.
She can only one hand.
Wait, so what do I do?
Control
don't-
click on the mimic. And then swing your sword.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, and then roll damage.
Nice.
So,
You felt that?
you all hit the thimble really hard. You see large, uncharacteristic amounts of blood gushing out of the small metal object. Marine.
Fuck.
Oh wait, I don't. Did you take an attack of opportunity?
I wasn't over there. I
She's
was
on
like,
the
Yeah,
wall.
okay.
I'm on the wall, yeah.
I said everyone, but you were smart. You knew better than I didn't, so I'm going to give you a point of
Yeah.
inspiration.
Oh, sweet. Um,
Dingle
Goomba stomp
yeah,
it.
this is what I'm doing. Or not, never mind.
You watch your Eldritch Blast ricochet off the stone floor.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Uh,
I hate my life.
Punch a thimble.
yeah, I'm gonna golf swing. Quarterstaff.
God, how horrifying.
Splatter this thing against the wall.
Oh!
my god! No, the Funk Master is back.
Nimble be nimble.
Nice.
Nimble be dead.
So yeah, Serenity, I'm sorry. I know you said
I know,
something
I know,
earlier,
I know,
but
I know.
I can't really.
No, it's fine.
Uh,
It's fine.
Are you trying to
Okay.
non-lethal a
No.
So
No.
Serenity, Golf swings with her quarterstaff, and
Boy.
the mimic flies into the wall at the other end of the room. And when it hits, the thimble suddenly splatters into this huge pile of like purple gooey stuff, which then pours down the wall slowly and stops limp on the ground.
Dude.
Serenity just kind of like almost like just kind of at it.
Alright.
Yo, for non-lead, yeah, you sure do have the last lot of things.
I don't like it. Okay.
And it's always a crit.
Yeah.
You
Which
gotta
means I
remember, amongst their
can't.
DPS classes.
They can't non-lethal it.
I know, but
Right, let's see that box then.
Yes. I'm just gonna be staring
It's
at
written
the
in
splat
what?
mimic on the wall.
I believe it was Primordial.
What did you say, Robert? It was written in Primordial. Who can read Primordial?
Can you please read
Me!
this out?
I can.
And so can Robert. I
But
think.
I'm already on the wall.
What's it say?
So, as you look at this small iron box, on it says the Eldritch Esoterica of Anon.
What?
I heard Eldritch.
That sounds like a bad book.
Esoterica.
I wanna read it.
Bob.
The
Not a book,
box
it's a
you
box.
realize is actually could maybe be opened, and it contains like paper or something. It looks like maybe it could be the container for like a series of documents.
I check it for
Um,
traps.
But it has a lock on it, and
I check it for traps and then
a
pick the lock.
small carving that looks like a hand over a mouth, like a finger over a mouth, like a
See no evil.
Come.
Speak no evil.
Check it for traps.
Just
go
now,
ahead
just
and roll investigation check.
Robert's
Okay.
gonna look at the mimic corpses, see if they left
Yeah.
anything.
Now, just what church are they making us
Let's see.
find in here?
I see nothing.
You're just too excited.
Fine.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it has any traps on it.
Well, I'm gonna go fix the lock because I rolled a fucking 9.
You can't pick the lock on this box.
What? Oh, thank God. Okay.
It appears to be. It doesn't. It's not held closed by any mechanism. It's just locked.
Oh,
Magic. I'm gonna run
Well,
to the
I can't do
bathroom quick.
anything
It's
with
still here.
Well, there's nothing down this way. I suppose it's time to take a second chance.
Miles! It's magic shut.
And how do you? What am I possibly going to do about this?
I don't know, you know magic things.
I do know some magic things. Taking a look at it, do I know if it's magic shut?
Uh,
Well, it
what
doesn't
are you?
have a lock.
How are you taking a look at it?
I don't know. I don't know how Arcana worked. It doesn't exist in real life.
Roll an Arcana check, if that's what you're trying.
Oh, mama.
I mean, the fact that there's no clear mechanism and a weird little symbol where it looks like it should latch open, screams, "Hey, this is locked magically."
Okay, got it. So it seemed as if, well, I mean, how would this? Well, let's just take it with us. There's still plenty to explore down here, and I don't want to stay here any longer. Robert, were you able to find anything in the mimics?
Let's find out. Was Robert able to find anything in the mimics?
As you root through the purple goo that the mimics left behind, don't find much of interest. You can roll an investigation check to look better.
I can do that.
Nothing is immediately obvious. You
Damn.
don't find anything in the purple goo.
I can help. Advance.
Yeah, go ahead and roll again then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the first time. Let's do this, Robert.
There we are.
Rooting through it, all you find are the bones of like other creatures. It seems like these mimics just set up shop here, but all the real treasure is probably up on the shrine there.
I see. Alright.
The real treasure was the friendships you made along the way.
No, shut
The
up.
real treasure up on the shrine, by the way, now that you're searching through it, is first of all, you could take the statuette of Umberly if you wanted.
That sounds dangerous.
Just take it.
There are the primordial
I'm gonna be right
tomes.
back.
Bring the box.
And there's a small amount of money
Take
in a little like offering thing.
the
Just
Should
put it all in
definitely
party
want to
sheet.
take
Anything
it.
we get, put it in party sheet. We'll work it out later.
Are you taking
Yeah.
it?
No.
Are you guys taking the stuff?
I imagine
Oh,
Marine
we
would.
asked the statue to a god. Oh. Right?
Axon says
our,
no.
our paladin has
Why not?
spoken.
It's not
We
your
don't-
god.
I'm gonna go check on the other door.
Magnus, where you going?
Well, if I'm grabbing that statue, like, there's no reason why we shouldn't, as far as Robert's
Hey, no,
concerned.
no, you can't deface a statue, a shrine.
What?
As you
What do
guys
you-
walk by Serenity out of the room, she's still got that like blank stare on her face. and
That's
she's
like
looking at the
part of
mimic
being
poop.
like a cleric is you intentionally find other gods' shit and ruin it.
I'm sorry.
Pekon, I'm
Go
not
cleric.
I'm not too well versed in religion or anything like that. What do you care about this?
I don't know, it's a shrine to someone's god.
Well, Paxon, if it makes you feel better, they believe that it's just a powerful elemental, a monster like any other.
And I
but it's
worship a
worse.
dragon.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
are you,
but
are you attempting
Bahamut
to
was
equate?
a dragon.
Oh, wait, Paxon, are you attempting to equate, your god Bahamut to this?
No, but
Then it shouldn't be a problem.
I'm just going to start working on the other door.
Magnus chimes in support for Paxon. Guys, by the way, I think we may have to call the session here for the moment, since
Why?
we are at 10 p.m. Or
Yeah.
at the very least, Denny, if you like, you can just go to bed and I can run your character for the next half hour before everybody else gets sleepy.
Yeah, kinda, because I gotta wake up at like 5 in the morning tomorrow.
Ooh,
Right.
Okay.
yes.
Fun,
I'm
fun, fun.
fine ending here with it.
Oh yeah, that would be
I've
fine.
got a paper to write too. And this seems like a good
Cool by me.
stop point.
Also, I wanted to. I was in the bathroom. I wanted to give Pax on the stink eye, and then when everybody turns to leave, I'm gonna grab the stuff anyway.
Roll a stealth check.
Yes.
Can I assist by distracting Paxon?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, let me.
Robert
Okay.
continues to try to debate with Paxon. Paxon, roll an insight check followed by a perception check.
Can I assist? I've already stated my support for Paxon. Can I assist?
Dude, gotta love it when it's not physically possible to see the. Christ.
Unfortunately, Paxton, you
My party would never betray me.
you are bamboozled at this moment.
Follow my
Paxton.
wishes.
Paxon, relatable.
As Marine and Robert kind of
Conspire.
work together to deface this shrine.
I'm with you, buddy.
You're the only one who really supports me.
Wait, hold on, wait. I'm gonna.
Walking out of the room mumbling, might as well just non-lethal the statue while you're at home.
It was a good try. It was a good try.
Now we're out here defending monsters too, okay.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? There's literally no way you could possibly have told that Serenity meant to not kill it.
Wait, no, I was
He's making a joke. He's making a joke.
The joke was about them not wanting to deface the statue of a monster.
Oh, I see. I understand.
That I'm like, oh, we got a lot of monster lovers in here, right?
Yo, wait, are elementals always evil? Aren't they good elementals?
No.
Not by default. They're primarily like
No,
neutral,
but this is a
they're
statue
neutral
of an
destruction.
elemental. Yeah, this is a statue of an elemental with broken ships and dying people around it. So, I don't like it. You know?
Wow, would wimp.
Summoned by evil fish people.
George, is this god evil?
Probably.
She's pretty unkind towards surface folk.
Oh, so not me.
Yeah, Marine, do you
Yeah,
like
you know what? We're defending Tiamat next, actually. That's our
Tiamat's
next goal.
Tiamat's
She-
very nice to
she-
evil paladins.
This goddess has committed some fairly evil acts towards humans on boats, but has
Oh, that's
also
fine.
defended Kuatoa.
Who are
So,
evil.
Oh, I don't like.
you know,
Cosmo.
she's evil to someone, but not as evil to others.
I'm sure Tiamat is very nice to evil paladins.
Okay. Paxton becomes okay with it, though all the deception was for nothing, and now he's just offended that you already had it in your bag when he said you could do it.
I like to imagine, like, he's singing about it. So, you know what, guys? I really thought about it, and I don't think it's the initiate's fucking the fish holding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Paxton comes back to be like, you know what, I don't really care. And
Yeah.
he just sees Marine already
As
holding
Marine's
it while
pa-
Robert
yeah,
is
putting it in the
shoveling
bag.
gold into the party pouch.
Oh, man. What a fun
You guys
debacle.
can deal with that in character moment, you know,
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
or just, you know, over chat while we wait until the next time we actually play this video game.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I'm so fucked up right now.
George, did you see my whisper?
That's so shit.
Yes, that's how you whisper.
Cool.
Wait, and did you take like Benadryl? Is that what I heard?
I've been taking a lot of Benadryl, yeah.
You sound
sick?
pretty tired.
I'm
Don't take
just,
more than the suggested in like 24 hours or whatever.
I think it was like 6 in 24 hours. I'm up to about 5 in 12.
Are you sick?
Not sick. I got allergies between fall and winter and spring. That's when I get it.
Oh, that's rough, man.
So, yeah. So, but it's the Benadryl is knocking me out. That's the issue.
Well, we're pretty much done for the night, so I'm gonna go ahead and award you guys XP for the encounters you did today.
Woo!
Level 5.
Level
Level
5.
5.
We need
Dude,
Oh,
level
like-
5 will be a huge power bump to a lot of us with extra attacks and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, where... How far are we from level 5?
We're at 36.67 and we need 6,500 to
Fuck.
get to.
So
In
not
fact-
close at all.
Look,
Nope.
We're
at it,
almost half.
all
We're about
of us-
halfway.
I believe all of us except Marine will be getting extra attack.
Yeah.
You get extra attack as Artificer?
But you
Yeah, it's
stab
okay.
harder.
I
I don't
don't
get extra
Sure.
attack. It's worse, but it's weird.
I
It's like I can
technically
propel
get
another
extra
weapon
attack.
magic attack. I don't.
It's okay though, because
Get it.
for the most part, Jen, I won't even be using extra attack. Most of the time, I'll be cantripping instead.
Yeah, just
It's
because.
okay, I can't
just
hit
'cause-
anything anyway, so
Yeah.
it doesn't
Just
matter if
melee
I have to
cantrips.
attack.
George,
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you
didn't
sneak
add
attack.
Amelia to the XP.
Oh, yeah. I'll just give her 300 XP.
Yeah.
Paxton and I are going to be using the hell out of that extra attack though.
Yeah, because the thing is that cantrip attacks also go up, so like Robert's gonna be better off essentially like using like Green Flame Blade or Booming Blade
Yeah.
a lot of times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fifth
me-
level
Jen,
when cantrips
Are
go.
you excited for 2 streams of Eldritch?
Yes, I do get.
Eldritch
Okay, I
Blade.
kind of get extra attack.
Yeah, and your sneak attack just does more damage straight up, so that's always happening.
That is, yeah, that's always great.
Yeah, because you're gonna get 3d6
anyway,
at
Yeah,
5.
Denny, I don't know if you already did, but you're go to bed.
Oh. What?
Goodbye, Denny.
Bye-bye.
I have a question.
What's up?
How do I close this thing?
Right click on the
It's
board.
only a long
Close the
time.
map. There should be a little X, and then right-click anywhere on the brown,
Uh-huh.
and click the X
Oh.
that says Exit Program,
That
and
was
then
a lot.
exit program instead of Return to Launch. Got it?
Okay.
Thanks for
Peace
playing
out.
with us, Denny.
You can play with us,
You're
yeah.
welcome.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Thank you for
you.
inviting me.
Have a good night, Denny.
I shall.
Tina,
Yeah, Dan.
what did you say you had earlier?
Oh, we got like cookie pizza thing.
Cool.
You coming
Okay. Is
over?
anybody else doing in
Yeah.
here? Anything in here?
Hell yeah.